Ready for an old-fashioned NFC Western Division showdown at Candlestick Park? The St. Louis Rams are. They're tied for the division lead and looking to take over first place. San Francisco 49ers are back from London. They've won 2 of their last 3. They think they can challenge for the division. It's the NFL on Fox with the San Francisco 49ers hosting the St. Louis Rams. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NFL on Fox. I'm Sam Rosen along with Tim Ryan and Chris Myers. St. Louis Rams are 4-4. They think they could be 6-2. The 49ers feel, after winning 2 out of the last 3, that they can be dangerous and make a run at the division title.
Sam, this division is still wide open. There's no question. I think when you look at the Rams, Bradford's a really neat story, the quarterback, but my goodness, are they playing good on defense. They're all about pressure. They got 23 sacks by 10 different guys. They really get after it. Now they'll challenge the San Francisco 49ers, who hope they found a spark in their quarterback in Troy Smith. You watched that game in London. He was a completely different quarterback when they turned him loose in the second half. I think the 49ers are going to look different today, Sam, offensively.
Troy Smith making his second consecutive start as quarterback of the 49ers, former Heisman Trophy winner. For more on the quarterback matchup today, here's Chris Myers.
Sam, Troy Smith went through his pregame warm-up looking sharp, unfazed by the historical link with Sam Bradford. Only the 9th time in NFL history the 2 Heisman Trophy quarterbacks are opposing each other. In 2004, that was the last time, with Vinny Testaverde against Carson Palmer. Now, Troy Smith had a Heisman vote. He cast his ballot in 2008 for Sam Bradford. The 2 met for the first time this past year in the preseason. And Sam, Tim, you get the impression if Troy can make his mark today, they might be meeting for a lot more as these 2 teams try and take their place in the NFC West.
Thanks very much, Chris. We are getting set for the Rams and the 49ers. Beautiful day here in San Francisco. 74 degrees, low humidity, light winds. It couldn't be better. The Rams will receive. We welcome those of you who are watching the Buffalo-Detroit game. Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, Chris Myers here. The 49ers kick off. Danny Amendola on the return is pulled down as he gets to the 22-yard line. Here come the Rams with the #1 pick overall, their rookie star quarterback, Sam Bradford.
Yeah, he's won 4 of 6 starts, yet to win on the road. Big challenge today, and you look at this group of wide receivers, I'll tell you, he is very good in his ball distribution and spreading it out to everybody. The offensive line, I think you talk to anybody that goes up against the 49ers front 7, they know they're going to have their hands full today up front against the San Francisco 49ers.
A lot of improvement. Roger Saffold has done a good job at left tackle, hasn't he, Tim?
He's done a very good job, and he will be challenged today. Now, Manny Lawson, Paris Harrelson playing good ball, and Justin Smith, who's lined up on him right now, will give him a workout all day.
Rams come out with 4 wide receivers, and Steven Jackson goes out as well. Bradford to Jackson, short pickup. Up to the 25-yard line. He gets 3 on the play. Let's check out the 49ers on defense, Tim.
Yeah, they slammed the run against Denver a couple of weeks ago. They've done much better over the last couple of weeks, and it starts with that group up front. Justin Smith, 3.5 sacks last game against the St. Louis Rams, and then this linebacking core. Now, they need a little more pressure, Sam, on the outsides when you look at those outside guys, but the inside backers very, very good. Strong on the corners with Shante Spencer and Nate Clements.
Again, 4 wide receivers. They motion Amendola. Bradford goes screen pass to Steven Jackson. Breaks 1 tackle. Good run by Jackson after the catch. Up to the 39-yard line and a first down for the Rams. Patrick Willis with a tackle. Steven Jackson, the great versatility out of the backfield.
Yeah, and watch Bradford. He's going to look over here to Amendola, and he's going to fake the little quick hitch, and then he's going to come back and throw a screen to the left. Paris Harrelson's going to end up missing a tackle right there. The corner misses the tackle flying in. And Steven Jackson, what a workhorse. His numbers aren't great in terms of receiving because of his fingers. Still a very good player.
His first carry of the game, and he fights for a couple of yards. Up to the 41-yard line, Justin Smith with the stop. Rams came out with 2 tight ends. They go back. How about this formation where they came out with 4 wide receivers?
Oh, that's what they are. That's what Sam Bradford did in college at Oklahoma when he won the Heisman and threw those 50 touchdowns. Spread it out, let the quarterback see it all. And I'm telling you, in this offense, it's about decision-making, timing, and accuracy. Bradford's got all of it as a young player.
Again, 4 wide receivers. Ray McDonald in on the defensive line for the 49ers. Terrell Brown, a 5th defensive back. Bradford works out of the shotgun. Got some pressure. One-handed catch by Steven Jackson. And he gets up to the 48-yard line. There's a flag down on the play. Jackson, playing with a broken finger on the left hand, has been making those one-handed catches. And boy, I haven't seen a guy control the ball the way he does with one hand.
He's always been a terrific receiver out of the backfield. He's a guy that can get you 60, 70 catches a year.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Ahmad Brooks called on the offside, and the Rams take the penalty.
And I asked the guys last night, I said, has Steven been affected in the passing game? They said, no, he'll just reach out and catch it one-handed. He's been doing that over the last couple of games. There was a good example there of Steven just grabbing it with that right hand. It was the surgery, as you said, Sam, to the left finger. It's got pins in that finger.
Michael Ho'omanawanui lines up in the backfield. Illinois Mike, as they call him, went in motion off the play fake. Bradford throws and completes to the 49ers 40-yard line to Brandon Gibson. Good throw, good catch, late flag. And check out the flag in 49ers territory. Another 14-yard pickup. Bradford comes out looking sharp. Rams have been good starting games. They've been good in first quarters, both sides of the ball. Mike Singletary looking across the field to see what the officials are coming up with here on the call. Long discussion. Ed Hockley is our referee.
The pass was complete. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness defense. Hit to the helmet. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Okay. The Tech on 15, and the Rams in good position here.
Well, interesting. You got to tell me, helmet to helmet, did the receiver become a runner? And if he did, and have an opportunity, Sam, to protect himself, that's just playing football.
You spot the ball at the 25. First down, Rams. Two tight ends in, Billy Bajema and Michael Ho'omanawanui. Jackson, a couple of yards on the play. Close to the 23-yard line. Obrea Franklin in on the stop, number 92.
Yeah, here's the penalty on Taylor Mays, sitting right here on the slot. Excuse me, it's on Nate Clements. There it is. The hands to the face, Nate Clements to Danny Amendola.
Okay.
It wasn't on Deshaun Goldson on the back end, helmet to helmet hit.
We give Steven Jackson 1 yard on that last carry. Again, two tight ends in. LaRon Robinson and Brandon Gibson are the wide receivers. Off the play fake. Bradford got rid of it to Illinois Mike. Ho'omanawanui is down to the 20-yard line. Short pickup. Manny Lawson with big-time pressure. Bradford turned around. There was Big Manny in his face. And Manny Lawson coming off a huge game in London 2 weeks ago.
He's played really well, Sam. You go back to the Oakland game, three weeks ago. In 2 of the last 3 games, Manny Lawson is getting it figured out for sure.
There's 3rd and 5. Kenneth Darby in the backfield at running back, along with Ho'omanawanui.
Amendola right there out of the slot.
Off the fake, Bradford throws and completes to Amendola. First down to the 4-yard line. Patrick Willis on the stop. There's a flag down. It's holding against the
10-yard
Rams.
penalty. Repeat, third down.
Well, that wipes out a good play on 3rd down. Brings the ball back to the 30-yard line.
I think you already see a good example of what I'm talking about with Sam Bradford, about the decision-making, the timing, and the accuracy. I mean, the guy is quick to diagnose the defense in his pre-snap read. As this league, as you know, Sam, it all changes on the post-snap. He can read, decipher what's going on, make a decision, and get the ball out on time.
3rd and 15. Kenneth Darby is in at running back. Daniel Fells, the tight end, is in the slot. 3 wide receivers. Bradford with time to Kenneth Darby out of the backfield. He's wrapped up as he gets down to the 24-yard line. And the Rams will bring on their field goal kicking unit. Navarro Bowman, the rookie out of Penn State, with a tackle on Kenneth Darby.
And another good example there of Sam Bradford, and as he told us yesterday, the quarterback, he's just going to take what the defense gives him. And the 49ers had some version of 4 deep there where they were dropping everybody out, including the linebackers, getting the linebackers out there deep. Sam Bradford saw it underneath, going to throw it and keep his team in field goal range.
Josh Brown, 14 for 18 this season, a 42-yard field goal try. The holder is Donnie Jones. Chris Massey, the long snapper, and the kick is right down the middle. A beauty by Josh Brown. Finishes off the drive that started at the Rams 22 with a 42-yard field goal. Rams lead it.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Back at Candlestick, Troy Smith waiting to come out and start his first game on home field. He started in London. This will be his 4th career start, 2 with the Baltimore Ravens, and now his 2nd with the 49ers. Ted Ginn Jr. is deep. The kickoff by Josh Brown goes out of bounds, and the 49ers will start from the 40-yard line.
That's terrible.
The ball is illegally kicked out of bounds. Will be placed at the 40-yard line. San Francisco ball, first down.
Strange kick by Josh Brown. He wanted to pin Ted Ginn Jr. back, but you can see how upset he is. 49ers, good field position.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
49ers have the ball, Tim.
And some things to look at for sure. Troy Smith, his composure against all those fire zones, all those blitz looks and pressure looks. The Rams run game with Steven Jackson, who has not played well over the last few games against the 49ers. And then the 49ers tight ends. It's the first time in a while that Delaney Walker and Vernon Davis both healthy together. And that one running back, 2 tight end formation, I think is their best one.
They come out with 2 running backs and 2 tight ends. The play fake by Smith, rolls and throws, wide open Vernon Davis. Inside the 30-yard line. What a start for Troy Smith. And that's a tough matchup for the Rams, those 2 tight ends.
I love it. And what it is, it's a fake trap, and then Vernon's going to release and get down the field. Everybody knows San Francisco loves to run the power. The trap, Yapati leads the way. It's a little fake. And then there's the corner route. Vernon Davis wide open. Well-thrown ball by Troy Smith. Love the play call by Mike Johnson.
Gain of 32. Now they go with 3 tight ends as Nate Byam is in as the 3rd. Walker motions. Frank Gore carries. Couple of blockers. And Gore inside the 25. Still fighting for more. Down to the 21-yard line. Here are the 49ers on offense, Tim.
They've been very predictable in their run game, and Frank has had a terrific year for sure, but everything has followed Mike Yapati, number 77, the rookie left guard. And they put a lot of pressure on him, so I think we're going to see some different looks offensively to help out that offensive line today. And I thought we saw a good example of it on that first play. You're going to see this team getting in running sets and throwing, getting in passing sets and running. I think they'll look different today in terms of their play call.
2 tight ends, 2 backs. Moran Norris, the fullback. Off the play fake, Troy Smith. Rush, down he goes. First, Chris Long got there, and then it was finished off by James Laurinaitis. Long has been really getting good pressure the last 3 or 4 games.
He's having an outstanding year. Here he is, number 72. Watch him crease it inside on the tight end. And he's just going to keep working. Vernon Davis had him locked out pretty good. Let your guard down against Chris Long because he's better than an overachiever. He's better than a guy that's got a good motor and he's just a technician. The guy is loaded with talent and he's going to get after it. Just went right by Vernon Davis right there for the sack.
He's had a sack in 4 consecutive games now. C.J. Ayu, number 99, in on the defensive line, and they stopped the play.
Before the ball was snapped, timeout, San Francisco. That's their first.
That timeout, I think, had to come from the sideline because the ball was snapped, so timeout 49ers.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by new Windows Phone. It's time for a phone to save us from our phones. By Avatar Extended Collector's Edition on Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday. And by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun.
3rd and 11 for the 49ers. Former 49er Michael Lewis in its safety for the Rams. His first appearance for the Rams. Smith in trouble. He fell down. Now he is brought down by Laurinaitis and Long again. It looked like he tripped over Joe Staley's foot as he went back.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. I think you'll see James Hall. He's rushing Staley here. Troy's going to step up, and you're exactly right. Joe Staley's foot looked like he just kicked him in the leg, and he went down, and then not great awareness, staying down. You're not down in pro football when you go to the ground. Get up and improvise and try to make a play.
So now the 49ers move back out of scoring position. Andy Lee pooches one high in the air, short, and a fair catch called for by Danny Amendola. So the 49ers had gotten down to the Rams' 21-yard line. They got set back with a couple of sacks, and now it's Rams ball.
Sam Bradford running the Ram offense. Remarkable for any rookie quarterback to start his first 8 games. The organization called him an understated kind of guy. Despite a #1 overall pick, he had to earn the respect and earn the job. He's taken charge and been successful in a number of difficult situations, Sam.
Thanks, Chris. You're right about that. Off the fake, Bradford's throw intended for Illinois Mike Omanawanui. Off his hands, incomplete. They went with 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers that time.
Yeah, and I think Pat Shurmur does a good job, the offensive coordinator, of just, you know, coaching Sam Bradford to take what the defense gives you. That time they ran a little flip formation, which told Sam Bradford, look, I got man coverage. Go to the man matchup with the safety out on the side of the tight end. You saw there from that graphic, they are very, very good in some key categories.
On 2nd and 10, Steven Jackson following the fullback, Mike Carney. Let's check out what happened in Cleveland. They were in overtime with the Jets. Here's Curt Menefee.
And it's what's happening because this game is still going on. The Jets missed a field goal in overtime. And then this is basically a glorified punt. Mark Sanchez picked off with a minute and a half left, but Cleveland couldn't run out the clock. The Jets have the ball back. 30 seconds to go, still tied at 20. Sam, Tim?
What a game. Wow, thanks, Curt.
How about Cleveland? They beat New Orleans, and they come back and they whoop up on New England and toe-to-toe now with the Jets.
Here's 3rd and 8 for the Rams. Bradford under pressure, throws, it's intercepted by Nate Clements. Inside the 15, inside the 5, and shoved out of bounds by Daniel Fells.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Ahmad Brooks for jumping off sides for the second time today, Sam.
That would have been, that will negate an interception. Bradford had gone 3 straight games without an interception.
Defense number 55. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Wow, that could be a game-changing penalty.
Yeah, that's brutal, and it's twice on Ahmad Brooks already in the first quarter of this game. And he's just trying to anticipate the snap count. He is not watching the football. He guessed on it. And he ends up, and look, and pretty good job by Bradford just throwing it, knowing that, you know, he had a free play. But wow, self-inflicted wounds. You have not had a lot of turnovers as a defense, and you shoot yourself in the foot like that. Inexcusable.
It's still 3rd down. It's 3rd and 3 at the 20, and jumping across comes Ray McDonald. All right, let's go to the end of the game in Cleveland. Here's Curt Menefee with a wrap-up.
And what a wild way to finish. We told you the Jets got the ball back with 30 seconds left. First play from scrimmage. Sanchez hooking up with Santonio Holmes for the game winner. Jets taking an OT 26-20. Sam and Tim.
Wow, and the Jets go to 7-2. Tough loss for Cleveland. Overtime, Jets win, and they're on top of the division in the AFC East. 2 tight ends in.
Yeah, I think Goldberg that time jumped.
Movement on the Rams side of the ball. The second penalty for the 49ers gave the Rams a first down.
Number 73, 5-yard penalty. First down.
I'll tell you, rare to be able to come on the road into a home field and use a hard count and get the 49ers. I know that time it was on Goldberg, but the two previous, one on Ike and one on Ahmad Brooks. You can come into a road venue and hard count the defensive line. That's rare around the league.
Rams looking for their first road win of the season. They're 0-3. Haven't won on the road in over a calendar year. Off the fake, Bradford rolling, looking, in trouble. And the pass is incomplete. Big pressure from Manny Lawson again. Big Manny Lawson at 6'5", 240. Looks like he's stepping up his game and becoming an impact player the last couple of weeks, Tim.
Well, listen, the guy was a first-round pick. He is a tremendous, tremendous athlete. He's everything you look for in that 3-4 outside linebacker. He can cover. He can certainly play the run and defend the run. He's big and long. The thing that he doesn't do very well, and I call him a chaser. Look at the play selection there from Pat Shurmur. 7 pass, 3 rush. Manny's still got to improve, Sam, his one-on-one rush ability.
Hand off to Jackson, looking for some running room. There's not much there. He's brought down at the 23-yard line. Isaac Sopoaga with the stop. There's big number 90.
Yeah, both guys do a good job here. You'll see Manny Lawson. He's going to set the edge, which forces everything to cut back inside him. And then watch number 90 as he's just going to play both sides. That's a great example of two-gapping, playing both sides of Jason Smith, the right tackle. If the back cuts and declares inside, if you're Isaac Sopoaga, you go to the inside. If he declares and goes outside, you disengage and go to the outside. Well played there by Sopoaga.
Kenneth Darby in at running back. 3rd and 12, 3 wide receivers. Bradford gets time and goes deep. For LaRon Robinson, it's overthrown. Covered one-on-one by Terrell Brown, and well covered on the play.
Perfect position there by Terrell Brown. Playing against a bigger receiver, you're going to play the upfield shoulder. That's what Terrell Brown does. Look at him stay in front of him the whole way. There's a little bit of contact, but that's incidental contact, Sam, as both receiver and defensive back had their heads turned looking for the football.
First punt of the game for Donnie Jones. He's got the strong leg. Ted Ginn is standing at his 35 to receive for the 49ers. And they stop the play. Flag is blown. Flag is thrown, whistle blown. And we'll see what the call is here.
False start, offense, number 34. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Kenneth Darby.
Boy, both teams a little funky coming off the bye week in terms of the penalties.
There's Ted Ginn back deep. Jones with a good high kick. Ted Ginn waits for the fair catch, takes it at the 34-yard line. So the 49ers, with the help of a couple of penalties, take over possession. Check out Fox on Wednesday. It's the season premiere of Human Target. The man who will guard your life with his own is getting a little backup when your life is on the line. They're the team to call. Human Target, season premiere Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox. James Laurinaitis, the glue of the defense, has a sack and a half already.
He's having a great year.
Frank Gore and Moran Norris in the backfield. The deep drop by Smith, a long throw, wide open, complete to Josh Morgan. Morgan is tripped up, stays on his feet all the way down to the 1-yard line. What a hookup. Troy Smith and Josh Morgan, 65 yards.
And they do not use Josh Morgan enough. Watch here, he's going to get an outside release from Dockery. Dockery now going to get into a trail position, thinking that he has help over the top. Dahl is late getting there. I think Dockery lost the ball in the sun or something and just kind of lost focus and slowed down. Troy Smith is on it the whole way. Perfectly thrown ball. That guy needs more touches, Josh Morgan, within this offense.
Tony Raggi is eligible. Longest play of the season for the 49ers. Here's Gore to the goal line, and he's not in. Stopped just short. Troy Smith was telling us on Friday, I love Josh Morgan. Reminds me of Santonio Holmes. And Josh Morgan got open. Great fake by Troy Smith. And Smith has got some kind of arm.
No, he's got a lot of zip. Just watching him at practice, Sam, on Friday, that ball explodes out of his hand. A lot of velocity. And, you know, that's not even what Morgan does the best. I mean, that was a good route and getting down on that 9 route, that go route, where he's best, really, in my opinion, is underneath and running after the catch.
Raggi, 69, is eligible on the left. Gore behind Moran Norris to the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown. First touchdown scored against the Rams in the first quarter this season. The big pass play sets up Frank Gore's 3rd rushing touchdown.
He is having a super year and some good blocking on the left side, but as I've said many times before, Frank is his own best blocker because Freddie Robbins had him in the backfield. Frank is so powerful in the lower body, he ran right through him.
So Nedney's extra point is good. And the Rams go 66 yards in 3 plays to take the lead.
Watch everybody wash people down here, but watch Freddie Robbins crease it, number 98, and there's no chance. I mean, Frank is so powerful and such great balance in his lower body. He's going to run right through the arm tackles, even from 330-pound defensive linemen.
And that's the 49ers who go 66 yards in 3 plays to take the lead.
I love the play calling. I got to tell you, the first play I thought was a really good play call from Mike Johnson to start the game. Troy Smith was able to hook up on a deep pass to Vernon Davis. And then that long throw to Josh Morgan, they came out in 2 running backs, 1 tight end, a traditional running formation. Their tendency, Sam, is to run out of that formation, and they were able to hit it over the top to Josh Morgan. Really good play calling so far in this game from Mike Johnson.
First touchdown given up by the Rams in the first quarter this season. 49ers lost a couple of weeks ago in Carolina, then went off to London. On that trip to London, they made the decision to go with Troy Smith as the starting quarterback. Guy who started only 2 games in the NFL in his career.
And a guy that didn't get here until September the 6th. Think about that. Coming off 3 days of practice. Oh, you're starting against Denver.
Amendola takes the short kickoff and goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Troy Smith, Heisman Trophy winner at Ohio State in 2006. Drafted in the 5th round in 2007 by the Baltimore Ravens. Had a couple of starts in his rookie year, then got sick in 2008. And that was a big setback for him.
It was a big setback for him and ended up losing about 40 or 50 pounds.
Lemaire's syndrome, it was called.
Exactly. And started in his lungs up into his throat. He was going to be the starter for the Baltimore Ravens that year. No, really impressive so far watching him in this game.
Bradford play fake to go end around to Amendola. Picks up a block and gets across the 35 to the 36, close to a first down. Let's see what's going on at the Meadowlands. Dallas at the Giants. Here's Kurt Menefee.
Back-to-back passes from John Kitna to Dez Bryant, 58 yards, and this amazing touchdown grab. It was reviewed after being called an incompletion, called a touchdown, but the extra point was blocked. Still, Jason Garrett's first game as the Cowboy head coach, and his team leads 6-3, 7-10.
Thank you, Kurt. Good start for Jason Garrett.
And everybody should play with the heart that Dez Bryant's played with this year on that Dallas team.
He's been good. On first down, it's Steven Jackson. Good hold. And he gets up to the 39-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play. Patrick Willis in on the stop, number 52. Steven Jackson, 5 consecutive years of over 1,000 yards rushing. One of the greats in the NFL.
Yeah, and think about he and Frank Gore in this division in the NFC West and how much their numbers are paralleled. I mean, that's amazing. Steven's been at it a little bit longer, but look at those numbers. Wow, incredible comparison in the similarities when you look at it.
Reggie Smith, number 30, and it's safety for the 49ers. Bradford. Big rush, and the ball was knocked loose. Patrick Willis with the hit, and the 49ers 49ers recover. Patrick Willis with a sack and a forced fumble. 49ers recover.
And that's the area where Pat has not been great this year. The splash plays, knocking the football out. Watch what he does here, and watch him go by Jason Smith, the right tackle. Watch this. Got a linebacker on the right tackle, little arm over. Now he's going to finish and knock it out.
Clearly recovered the ball. It's third down.
All right, originally they pointed to the 49ers. Ed Hockley corrects it and says it's St. Louis recovery. So a sack, a fumble, and the Rams recover at their own 31-yard line.
And you know what? Patrick is still playing really good football. It's just the splash numbers haven't been there. There, the ball's clearly out. You could see there that the Ram player was the first one to jump on.
Billy Badgemo with the recovery.
Good to see Patrick get back there and knock that ball out.
Rams have to get to the 46 for a first down. Pass complete to Amendola, and he's brought down close to the 44, but short of a first down. Nate Clements with a tackle.
And this is what Danny Amendola is all about. You're going to see they're going to run the corner off here. Now Amendola is just going to run an option route on Nate Clements. Nate's going to jump inside. He's going to cut outside. He sees the off coverage. And it's just easy. I mean, that guy just very clever, and I'm not so sure that he knows what route he's going to run until post-snap. Then he reads, seriously, then he reads where the defender is lined up, and he very simply breaks the opposite way.
Johnny Jones. Rams line up in a regular formation, trying to draw the 49ers offside. Craig Dahl, the safety, is under center. And a delay of game penalty to the Rams.
It's fourth down.
Trying to draw the 49ers offside. Steve Spagnuolo, second-year head coach of the Rams, who are 4-4, but as they say, don't glorify 4-4. We could be 6-2. With a couple of wins and close losses.
There's no doubt. I mean, you look at three of their four losses were by a total of 7 points. They got hammered at Detroit, but the other 3 losses, very tight games. Matter of fact, they should have won that one, Sam, down in Tampa.
They lost by a point. At the lead late in the second half. Jones, high kick. Fedgen waves for a fair catch and takes it at the 17-yard line. Next weekend on FSN, it's a college football Saturday triple-header. First, we've got Oklahoma State taking on Kansas. Big 12 South matchup. Then we go to the Pac-10 where Stanford meets their big rival Cal. And then we go back to the Big 12 in Missouri and Iowa State. College football Saturday next weekend on FSN. Check your local listings for the start time in your area.
Well, Jimmy Harbaugh has turned into a fine coach over at Stanford, hasn't he?
Adam Snyder is the right guard for the 49ers. Time winds down in this first quarter. Wayne Walker motions the toss to Gore. And he is slowed down and then dropped for a loss. Good job by the Rams. Niall Diggs with the first hit, slowing down the play. Rams scored with a field goal early. 49ers answered on the long pass by Troy Smith to Josh Morgan, setting up the Gore touchdown. 7-3 49ers. We start the second quarter with Troy Smith swinging it out to Michael Crabtree. Crabtree gets up to the 24-yard line. Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, Chris Myers here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. And let's go down to the field where Chris is hanging out. Chris.
Sam, on the 49ers sideline, youthful quarterback coach Jason Michael, after the first series, he told Troy Smith, indicating don't hold the ball, don't take a sack, you don't have to run with it. The next series, he indicated to Smith, the Rams don't believe you can throw deep from the pocket. Prove him wrong. He did on the long play to Josh Morgan. Smith responding with his quarterback coach.
Thanks, Chris. 3rd and 3. Smith gets plenty of time, wants to go deep again for Crabtree. There's some bumping with Bartell, and there's a penalty flag thrown. I think it's going to be Ron Bartell, the cornerback of the Rams.
Yeah, he is going to get Bartell for pass interference. Crabtree was fighting like crazy to try to get to the football. Bartell doesn't allow him to do it.
Defense, number 24, cut off.
But Bartell never...
at the spot of the foul. First down.
he never turned to really locate the football. The contact started way before the flag was thrown, and when that ball was in the air, there was already way too much contact before Bartell turned his head to try to locate the ball.
38-yard penalty. 49ers with the ball at the Rams 38-yard line.
And that's one thing now. We're going to see opportunities for Crabtree, Sam, in this game to have a big one, because they play a lot of that hard coverage on the edge with Bartell out on the perimeter.
Two tight ends, two backs, play fake by Troy Smith, and he completes it to Delanie Walker, who's out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Make it to 26, and it's a first down for the 49ers. Troy Smith, great start to the game, 3 for 3.
Yeah, you can tell that Troy Smith, from the neck up, it's coming pretty easy for him. They just ran a nice little tiered route for him. They had receivers at a couple of different levels over to the side. He read the coverage and made the easy throw.
Direction on that. He's now 4 for 4 with that last pass.
If you're Mike Singletary, you got to be pretty excited at the spark, really, since halftime of that London game that Troy Smith has given you.
Toss to Gore, trying to get outside. He cuts it back inside of James Hall. Big gainer. Gore fights his way down to the 3-yard line. Great run by Frank Gore. And he made a great move on James Hall. It's a 23-yard gain.
Again, love the play call. 77 left guard. He's going to pull. Everybody thinks it's coming over here. They flip it to the weak side. I mean, I can't tell you how excited you have to be if you're a 49er fan at the creativity of the play calling right now by Mike Johnson. They look completely different to me, Sam. We've covered, this is our 4th game covering them this year. They look completely different in this game with Troy Smith at quarterback than they have the previous day.
3 wide receivers in. They hand it to Gore. Not much there. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe half a yard pickup on the play. Craig Dahl, the safety, in on the stop, number 43 for the Rams. On the sideline is Alex Smith. He was hurt 3 weeks ago in the game against Carolina. Shoulder separation. He's getting better. He's been practicing some, but they're still concerned about him taking a hit.
And to his credit, I mean, if you watched him in the first half of the Carolina game, when we did that game, he was playing good. And I thought Mike Johnson did a good job again in that one, being creative and giving him some different plays to try to execute. I'm just amazed at how Mike Johnson has been able to clean up the mess of this offense. And
looks like the 49ers will take another timeout.
Much more innovative.
They want to talk things over.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Sprint, the Now Network, by GMC, the official vehicle of the NFL, and by Domino's. Oh, yes, we did.
Rams defense needs something big here on 2nd and goal for the 49ers at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you, this defense has started very, very strong in games. The offense has been much better for St. Louis, Sam, in the first half of games. So I'm not used to really playing from behind. Defense needs, obviously, a big stop here.
Tony Raggi is eligible on the left side. Troy Smith with time, throws deep, and it's batted away. Chris Long, the defensive end, was covering the tight end, Vernon Davis.
Yeah, and he covers without even looking. Here's the matchup right here. Vernon's going to run right away from him. So now Chris is going to try to get in the hip pocket. Now watch him just read the eyes of Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis, he turns his head, his eyes get big. Now Chris, and a defensive lineman, typically guys aren't in coverage. He reads the eyes of the receiver and said, uh-oh, there's my cue. Get the hands up. Big pass breakup by Chris Long.
Chris Long has been doing it all. He got bumped by his own man, Larry Grant.
Oh, he's having a big year, Sam.
Ted Ginn in as a 3rd wide receiver. 3rd and goal for the 49ers. They spread things out here. Smith throws. It's complete, but there's a flag on the play. Delay of the game.
Before the ball was snapped, delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Penalties hurt. Penalties hurt. Oh, that is a wry smile on the part of Mike Singletary. They had the play call that they wanted.
Well, think about it now. Think about it. We've had an offsides that had an interception called back, which was a huge play. Now you get a touchdown. and it was a perfect play call for that blitz, all-out blitz right up the gut by the Rams, and you get a delay of game.
5 penalties for each team thus far in the game. Ball back to the 8-yard line. 3rd and goal. 2 tight ends in. Delaney Walker and Vernon Davis. Troy Smith with time. It's batted down. May have been Fred Robbins, the defensive tackle, who's been a real good addition, signed as a free agent coming into this season.
Yeah, and it was Freddie Robbins right here. He's going to end up peeling to the right side. Watch, as soon as Troy Smith's left hand comes off the ball, right there, the hands are going to go up, and Freddie Robbins gets a bat down. When you're a 6-foot quarterback, and that's what Troy Smith is, you have problems throwing from the pocket. Defensive linemen read it, Sam. If they don't get a great rush, that non-throwing hand comes off, hands up, get a breakup.
26-yard field goal try for Joe Nedney, and he puts it through. So the Rams defense comes up big. The 49ers had a 1st and goal at the 3. The Rams were able to hold them to a field goal. Big play by Robbins on the block pass. Back at Candlestick, 49ers with a 10-3 lead. Beautiful sunny day here in San Francisco. See the coverage men, Anthony Dixon, Delaney Walker, C.J. Spillman. Another short kick, Amendola at the 22. And he is shoved out of bounds at the 34-yard line. And these kickoffs have been short thus far in the game. And then he heads off. Tonight on Fox, an all-new episode of The Simpsons gets a free ride to higher education. Now they're living the good life, and the upper class will never be the same. Don't miss an all-new Simpsons tonight at 8, 7 Central on the only place for new episodes, Fox. Sam Bradford, 6 for 9 thus far, 3 wide receivers. Steven Jackson in the backfield with him. Quick outside of Amendola by himself. Shante Spencer takes him down at the 36, a pickup of 3 on the play.
You love all the spread principles, all the stuff that Sam Bradford did at Oklahoma where he was so good, everybody in college football running the spread. But what it really does to San Francisco 49ers, and in particular, Sam, the 3-4 defenses, is a lot of times it's going to spread those guys out. The problem with 3-4 and dealing with the 3-4 is declaring the protection, who's coming, who's not. The more you spread out the defense, the easier it is for the quarterback to identify.
2 tight ends. Illinois Mike shifting. Outside quickly to Gibson. Brandon Gibson fights his way for a 1st down, and a flag comes in.
You're going to get a face mask.
Gibson up to the 44. Was brought down by Travis LeBoy.
You're going to get LeBoy for the face mask, it looked like. I don't know, though, if it's...
Personal foul, face mask. Defense, number 54.
You've been on that all the
15-yard
time.
penalty, 1st down.
Yeah, but we know that the 5-yarder's out, right? There's only the 15-yarder left. There's no 5-yard face mask. So watch 54, Travis LeBoy here. If the head gets turned and ripped,
yeah, it was a
like it cranked it a little bit.
Quick grab and a twist, and then he let go, but the call was made. And it tacks on 15, and the Rams with a 1st down at the 49ers 41-yard line. Again, 2 tight ends in. Steven Jackson, not much. Good tackle by Patrick Willis. Willis is fired up to play against Steven Jackson. You can see the way he's been in on the running plays.
Yeah, watch. Patrick's coming from over here. He'll stack it, and then he'll go shoot it and hit the hole. He'll be right behind Takeo Spikes, 51. So he plays a little deeper. So he just hits Goldberg with his inside shoulder. And I'll tell you what helped, though, is Takeo Spikes and some of the other guys playing their inside gaps, which forced it right to where Patrick was supposed to be. He got the tackle right on the line of scrimmage. That's how you draw it up.
Here's bad news. Roger Saffold, the left tackle, is down for the Rams.
Today's game is sponsored by Chevrolet. Every model is backed by a 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain limited warranty.
Roger Saffold, a rookie out of Indiana, who's really helped out on the offensive line, has played well, is down and off to the bench, being checked out by the medical staff, replaced by Renardo Foster, 2nd-year man out of Louisville. Off the play fake on 2nd and 9. Bradford throwing incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Michael Ho'omanawanui.
Boy, a shame for Roger Saffold, who's really been terrific, Sam. The second-round pick out of Indiana, and came in, was the 33rd pick, which was right at the top of round number 2, and has really played terrifically. Now Renardo Foster comes in, who has played now. He's in year 3. Played quite a bit on the right side last week for Jason Smith, but he's going to have his hands full going against Justin Smith, number 94, with that matchup right there.
Kenneth Darby in the backfield. Bradford pressured, finds a man wide open, Amendola down to the 15.
Watch Amendola run right behind Nate Clements. Here's Clements right here. He's got his head turned backwards. He doesn't see it coming. Now watch Amendola is just going to shake him to the outside, cross his face, and he's right in the middle hole of that defense. And Bradford finds him again on time.
Hurry up offense. First down at the 49ers 15. With 3 wide receivers. Bradford being rushed from the outside, got rid of it to Amendola. He was blitzed from the outside by Reggie Smith, but he got rid of it and hooked up with Amendola. There's a flag on the play at the line of the original line of scrimmage.
Number 94, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Justin Smith, they accept the penalty. It'll be 1st and 5.
Watch how fast the ball comes out of Sam Bradford's hand. Watch the decision-making process. 1001, 1002, gone. I mean, you can have free runners, as Reggie Smith was there coming off the edge. And when the quarterback's a quick decision maker and he has a quick release, really hard to get there.
Again, 3 wide outs on 1st and 5. They motion Daniel Fells, the tight end. Short drop. The arm might have been hit. Now there's a flag on the play.
They're going to get one of the defenders for
personal foul. Yep. Unnecessary roughness, roughing the quarterback. Defense. Number 94, contact to the head. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
There was pressure, but the contact to the head is an automatic flag.
And this ball comes out really quick. There's Travis LeBoy right there. Justin Smith is down. It was LeBoy that hit him. It was definitely Travis LeBoy that laid the shot down.
Yeah.
And there it is, the crown of his helmet really right on the chin of Sam Bradford. That's the right call by Ed Hockley.
1st and goal at the 5. As the Rams march down and threaten. With 3 wide receivers, actually 2 tight ends, 2 wide outs. Bradford throws, touchdown to Danny Amendola, his number 1 receiver. And the Rams march down the field, get some help from some penalties by the 49ers, but Bradford throwing the ball very well. And he and Amendola, they've got a lot of chemistry going.
Yeah, you can definitely see that you to me factor for sure, and a well-designed play call, or play as well from Pat Shurmur. And he's gotten a little bunch. Daniel Fells came in and got in the way of Takeo Spikes, and the zone voided, and Amendola was nobody within 5 yards of him.
Extra point is good. The Rams have tied the game. Sam Bradford with his 12th touchdown pass of the season. 3rd touchdown catch of the season by Danny Amendola to tie it up. 6-play scoring drive. The man on the left, Sam Bradford. The man on the right, sitting back there, is Danny Amendola. They hooked up with a couple of key plays on that drive.
Yeah, don't sleep on Danny Amendola. He can beat you in a lot of different ways.
The kickoff toward the sideline, taken by Ginn at the 5. Not much running room. He's brought down at the 22-yard line.
And if you watch Amendola, he's really become the version of the All-Pro Wes Welker with the New England Patriots. Watch what he does here right at the start of the game. He's going to set the defense up with a hard out route. Then he's going to counter with some double moves, some jerk moves. You'll see a couple of good looks of that here. Just so clever at running away from guys. Now, if the double move doesn't work, he'll break out a triple move. He'll jerk it for the 3rd time, gives great effort, never static, and really understands coverages and where to sit down. And there's the touchdown right there. Saw Reggie Smith getting depth, saw the corner getting depth, and sat down right in front of him.
49ers start from the 21. 3 tight ends in. Gore carrying. was stuffed after a short pickup. And for more on Danny Amendola, let's go to the sideline where Chris Myers is standing by. Chris, what do you got?
Well, you know, he was in the Eagles system there, and because of Shermer coming over to run the offense, he was a personal favorite of owner Jeffrey Lurie of the Eagles and thought he would fit in here and know the offense. But before the game, he went over to Michael Crabtree, his former teammate at Texas Tech, and wished him well. And he said, Crabtree's the first rounder. I came the Wes Welker route, but I'll do whatever it takes to play here and to get on the field. So Amendola continuing to write his own story in the NFL.
They each caught over 100 passes in 2007 at Texas Tech. Here's Troy Smith on first down to Michael Crabtree. And he scrambles up to the 36 for a first down. Let's check out the Cowboys and the Giants with Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
Amendola started his career with the Cowboys in training camp, and Dallas looking good under their new head coach, Jason Garrett. That's Brian McCann picking off Eli Manning, returning it 101 yards for a touchdown. Longest interception return in Cowboy history. They lead 16-3 in the second quarter. Sam and Tim.
Good response by the Cowboys. Thank you very much, Kurt. The carry by Frank Gore up to the 41-yard line. And Danny Amendola was undrafted coming out of college and was signed by the Dallas Cowboys and then went on to Philadelphia. The Rams signed him off the practice squad of the Eagles.
And he's a guy, and looking at him at 185 pounds, most people say he's not going to pass the eyeball test. He can't go beat anybody. Well, he's much quicker than you think. He's got terrific hands. And again, the pro game, so much of it's from the neck up and understanding the concepts, the football concepts. I think he outthinks, Sam, a lot of his opponents.
Great story. Here's Troy Smith checking off on 2nd and 5. Blitz coming. Gore looking for some room. Fights his way up to the 44-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Niall Diggs with a tackle for the Rams. Niall Diggs, another man that was brought in, free agent signing, that has brought experience and has really helped out this Rams defense.
Yeah, look, he's started a whole bunch of games with Green Bay and with the Carolina Panthers, and has played Sam, has played over on the weak side, strong side Sam, weak side Will. That experience factor has been a huge asset, I think, Sam, to James Laurinaitis this year.
On 3rd and 2, 3 wide receivers in. Smith wants to throw. Big rush, down he goes. C.J. Aiyuk, the second-year defensive end out of Oklahoma, just fought off the block. It's the 3rd sack of the game for the Rams.
Yeah, and he just goes around Anthony Davis. But look at the sack clock. That ball's got to come out in about 3 seconds. And a little bit late as Troy was waiting, Troy Smith, for the routes to develop and open up down the field. It was good coverage. And you hold it that long, and you have an offensive tackle out there with no help from a tight end or a running back, and a good rusher typically is going to get there.
Second punt of the game for Andy Lee. Amendola watches it go over his head and bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Rams getting to the quarterback. They've had 16 sacks in the last 4 games, including this one. Back at Candlestick in San Francisco earlier today, David Garrard, 24 for 31, 342 and 2 touchdowns. Jacksonville beat Houston. Sean Hill, in a losing effort in Buffalo for the Lions, put up some big numbers, but Buffalo won its first of the year, 14-12. Matt Schaub for Houston against Jacksonville. He had a big day as well. Jacksonville winning at the end of the game on that batted down ball in the end zone that was caught for the winning touchdown.
Coach told me to bat it down.
That's right. Rams with 3 tight ends. Start from their 20-yard line. Steven Jackson, the running back. Illinois Mike shifts into the backfield. Bradford puts it up and completes it to Brandon Gibson at the 37-yard line. A first down. Reggie Smith in its safety covering on the play. A pickup of 17.
Well, and they respect the speed of Brandon Gibson. Now, he's a pretty good route runner, and he just drove off Reggie Smith and Nate Clements deep. And as soon as he saw their hips turn to cover the deep ball, he put the brakes on and came back. And again, impressive Sam Bradford getting the ball out on time with accuracy, Sam.
11 for 15, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Ron Robinson motion. Steven Jackson, tough to run against the 49ers. find out more on the starting left tackle, Roger Saffold. Chris Myers, what do you have?
Well, he was in pain. They gave him some pain pills. I'm assuming it was aspirin, but it's a right ankle injury, and they put him on a cart, took him to the locker room. Officially, he's questionable, not likely to return. Now, Saffold hurt his shoulder during the week, and Renardo Foster stepped in practice and got some work with the first unit, and he's the guy in there now, so don't count on Saffold returning in this game. Sam, Tim?
Aspirin, would they tape it to his ankle? Aspirin on the sideline, Chris.
Come on, Dr. Myers knows. Steven Jackson and Kenneth Darby both in the backfield, spinning around Bradford. Throws intended for Daniel Fells, the tight end, but a little behind him. And it'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Rams, something that they desperately wanted to stay out of.
And that's an area now. You look at them in 3rd down, and not easy for anybody in the 3rd and long. Is a 3rd and 6, 7 plus, but that's the thing about St. Louis now. When you look at them with a young quarterback, they've had injuries at receiver, so new guys in. And on 3rd down, the money down, Sam Bradford's outstanding. He's one of the best in the National Football League as a 3rd down quarterback. Impressive for a rookie.
3 wide receivers. Ray McDonald in at defensive line for the 49ers. Bradford pressured. They got him. Paris Harrelson was there. Manny Lawson was there. It looks like Harrelson's sack.
Very good coverage down the field, and then watch the stunt up here. There's the coverage first. Terrell Brown on Brandon Gibson. Now Danny Amendola is going to drag right across the middle here. He's got double bracket coverage on him right there.
Second sack of the game for the 49ers. Donnie Jones, 3rd punt. Ginn is back deep. High kick. Ginn waves for a fair catch, lets it bounce, and it takes a Rams roll. Big time roll. And stops at the 6-yard line. 63-yard punt for Donnie Jones. Tonight, animation domination as an all-new knockout night with The Simpsons. Then, after the Cleveland show, Family Guy comes out swinging, followed by American Dad. All new episodes start at 8, 7 Central tonight on Fox. Steve Spagnuolo shading his eyes. The Rams, one of the most improved teams in the NFL. And on both sides of the ball. Offensively, we're watching it with Sam Bradford, the rookie quarterback, and defensively getting to the quarterback. 49ers start from the 6. Off the play fake. Troy Smith rolls, looks, and finds a man. It's Vernon Davis. Davis up the sideline, out of bounds. Beautiful play. As Smith kept the play alive, found Vernon Davis up to the 44-yard line. A gain of 38 on the play.
He said he had to learn to fall in love with being a passer in college. Well, he could take off and run here, but he chooses just to throw it. Look at his poise. Look at the poise of Troy Smith. You can tell he really trusts his athletic ability. He's going to hang in, extend the play with his legs, wait for Vernon Davis to flash open, and delivers a well-thrown ball.
He's had 3 big plays in this game, 32, 65, and now 38 from the 44-yard line. Gore. David Boss leading the blocking, but he's brought down from behind by George Selvey, the rookie out of South Florida, 7th-round draft pick. Rams drafted some defensive ends 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds, hoping that somebody would come along. And a guy like George Selvey has stepped up and done a nice job for them.
And different skill sets for guys like George Selvey. I mean, if you know Spagnuolo, you know that he loves to either rush or drop his defensive linemen, which tells me you've got to have guys that are jokers. When I say a joker, a guy that can put his hand down, Sam, and rush, or a guy that can stand up and drop. And that's what you get in guys like George Selvey. He was a big-time find late in the draft for them.
Bradley Fletcher is in at left cornerback, replacing Kevin Dockery, who started the game. Gore looking for some room, not much there. He gets a couple of yards. Craig Dahl, the safety, takes him down.
Some critical plays here by San Francisco. Look at this. Look at this throw. from Troy Smith. Just terrific play call. Now you get a sweep out to the left, which has not really been in the repertoire of the Niners offense. Now a misdirection play, which is totally against the grain, Sam, from what they've been running most of the year. The play calling from Mike Johnson and the execution from Troy Smith in that offense, and there's Mike right there who's doing a fine job. They have got this Rams defense on their heels. What did the Rams players tell us? You follow Mike Iupati, he'll take you right to the football.
That's right.
That's not the case today.
Mike Johnson in his fifth game as offensive coordinator. 2-minute warning with the game tied at 10. 2 weeks ago in London, Troy Smith in the second half against the Broncos was 8 for 10 for 159. He's 6 for 8 in the first half today. Has time, nobody open. Keeps the play alive, but the pass is incomplete. Intended for Ted Ginn. Blitzing from the safety spot was the former 49er, Michael Lewis.
And, you know, and I'm glad you talked about the London game, because this offense is completely different here in this game than they were in the first half of the London game, and they are replicating what they did in the second half, and I'll tell you why. Because they went into that game, Troy Smith really had 3 days of practice to be the starter. Mike Johnson, Mike Singletary, they didn't know what they were going to get out of him, Sam. They had it locked down. It was all safety-first football. Let's just run our scheme. At halftime, they turned him loose. They took the handcuffs off, and they haven't looked back since. They got to be fired up for Troy Smith.
Third punt for Andy Lee. Bounces at the 5. Takes a 49ers bounce, and they down it at the 4-yard line. Hunters are having a good day. One of the stories of this game, 2 former Heisman Trophy winners matching up. Troy Smith out of Ohio State. What a great career he had. And in 2006, throwing all kinds of touchdown passes, went to the championship game where Ohio State lost to Florida. Sam Bradford in 2008, he just led Oklahoma every which way. Dynamic quarterback, and he was the first pick overall in this year's draft. He stayed in Oklahoma, got hurt last year. Only the 9th time we've had former Heisman Trophy winners starting at quarterback in a game in the NFL against each other. From the 4, the Rams with all 3 timeouts remaining. Steven Jackson finds an opening. His best run of the game is up to the 13-yard line, a pickup of 9 on the play. Patrick Willis with the tackle. Hurry up offense for the Rams. Now they go back and huddle up with the clock running.
Yeah, I think as safe as they've played all year, and they're backed up with their backs against the wall. I don't think you want your quarterback to make a mistake throwing the football to the 49ers and end up giving them some easy points down here.
3 wide receivers. Jackson spins and gets taken down, because right there was Ahmad Brooks. Brooks has been offside a couple of times in the first half. This time didn't jump offside. He was in great position to make the tackle.
Yeah, nobody even blocks him. He comes unblocked and has Steven. It just as Steven's getting the handoff, Steven Jackson already knew. Look at 55. Nobody blocks him. Tries to spin out of it and ends up spinning right to the ground, and Ahmad Brooks is on top of him. That's an area now when you look at the Rams, they've got their quarterback, their defense is coming together. That offensive line, and they've got a lot of money in that group. They have got to develop.
Have to get to the 14. They hand it off and play safe, and they don't get there.
Singletary's going to call a timeout. Get a punt return and another opportunity.
It's the only timeout remaining, and they use their last one to the 49ers in the first half. 10-10 ball game as the NFC Western Division battles here. Another one going on. Seattle at Arizona. Early today, Fred Jackson of Buffalo helping lead the Bills to their first win of the season, rushing for 133 yards and 1 touchdown. Chris Johnson of Tennessee rushing for 117 yards, but Tennessee lost in Miami. Maurice Jones-Drew rushed for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns to help lead Jacksonville to a win over Houston. Visa halftime report is coming up next, and the guys will have a look at a lot of the highlights and the storylines of the games today. 4th punt of the game for Donnie Jones. 49ers have the rush on. Jones gets it away. Good punt. Ted Ginn watches it bounce. And it rolls out of bounds at the Niners' 39-yard line. Pretty even matchup, I think, in this first half. Tim, what do you think?
Well, I think the 49ers were sloppy with the penalties, obviously. They had an interception called back with an offsides. They had a touchdown called back with a delay of game. So that certainly, I'm sure, will agitate and irritate Mike Singletary, but he's got to be happy with how his quarterback has played. Very excited about the creative play calling from Mike Johnson. I think they've had St. Louis off balance. And then on the other side, what can you say? That quarterback, Sam Bradford, his ability to see it and get it out for a rookie in this league, Sam, pretty remarkable.
Neither quarterback is disappointed. A handoff to Gore, and the Rams, they will wrap him up and bring him down. Fans wanted them to go downfield with it. Final seconds of the first half tick off, and that will be it. Rams and 49ers, NFC Western Division. Rams at 4-4, Niners at 2-6. They head for the locker room all even. At 10, the Visa Halftime Report is next. Back at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, getting set for the start of the third quarter in a tie game. NFC Western Division matchup, St. Louis Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, Chris Myers. First half, both quarterbacks really good. How about Troy Smith stepping in? What a job he's done now in 2 games for the 49ers.
Are you kidding me? This guy's fourth start, and the way he came out and played in the first half. Now, the play calling I thought was really good, but look, the guy can improvise. Here's the very first play. It was a very good play call. They get him out on the edge. Off the run, has been able to target Vernon Davis 3 times, a couple of big plays. Here you're going to see him hit Josh Morgan right down the sidelines on time with a very good throw. And then watch him buy time with his feet and improvise here. He just trusts his ability, trust. Vernon flashes open and he's able to find him. And now when you put all that together with Troy Smith, you're talking about 3 halves of football. 3 halves of football, Sam Marie has had no turnovers with the football, which is really, really good at that position.
Now, neither team has really been able to establish the run. We looked at that great running back matchup, Frank Gore for the 49ers, Steven Jackson for the Rams. Neither guy has really jumped out. Gore had one good run.
Yeah, I think the thing with Frank, and you know how Frank is, and so do the St. Louis Rams. You'll defend him, you'll defend him, you'll defend him. And he'll get 2, he'll get 3, he'll get 4, and then the next thing you know, Sam, he hides and is able to burst out and pop one for 35, 40 yards. So don't go to sleep on Frank Gore, because he will hide and pop one on you.
Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. It's a good way to follow your teams. Josh Brown kicks it off. Line drive kick toward the corner. Taken by Ted Ginn on a bounce and brings it back. Looking for some room. There's not much there, and down he goes short of the 15-yard line. Now it's time to check in with our man on the field. That's Chris Myers. Chris.
Sam, Steve Spagnuolo said that given the tightness of this game, the Rams may have to take more chances in this half. And he said, I will make adjustments. We can't give up the big offensive plays that we did. He wouldn't tell me what the adjustments were. And I asked Mike Singletary about the mistakes his team made. He said it's been addressed. The refs are doing their job calling penalties. We have to do ours and avoid penalties. And when I asked him how Troy Smith was doing, he said, just okay. I said, just okay? He said, yeah, if we're going to win this game, he has to do better. Little things he has to improve on for us to win. Sam, Tim?
Interesting observation. Thanks, Chris. 49ers from the 13. Gore carrying straight ahead. Flag on the play. Pickup of 2 on the play. We check out the flag. If anything hurt the 49ers in the first half, it was all the penalties that they racked up.
Yeah, no doubt. They take away an interception by Nate Clements, and they take away a touchdown by Vernon Davis. 8 penalties, 60 yards.
Ed Hockley.
Illegal formation offense. Number 77 was on the end of the line. An ineligible player. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
It's Mike Upati who was uncovered. Let's check first half numbers. Rushing, as you see, very close. Frank Gore had a 23-yard run. The passing stats edge to San Francisco with some big plays, including a 65-yarder to Josh Morgan. And the penalties, the big number that hurt the 49ers. They're set back here with their 9th penalty of the game. Smith in trouble, gets rid of it, and completes to Delanie Walker. Up the sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Another good play Walker and Davis have been very effective for Troy Smith.
Yeah, and finally both healthy together. Chris Long, watch him just blow right through there, number 72. And then the mobility again from Troy Smith. He's able to find Delaney Walker out there in the flat, very accurate on the run. And the 49ers have done a good job here today at yards after the catch. That's an area where we thought would be very important on the other side for the Rams. And the 49ers have won in that stat category today, getting yards after catching the football.
That was another big play for San Francisco, their fifth. Rolling is Troy Smith. With time, he throws back over the middle and completes it to Michael Crabtree. To the Rams' 48-yard line. Greg Dahl, the safety, with the tackle, a pickup of 21. That's 6 plays of 20 yards or more for the 49ers.
Yeah, and watch him move the pocket. Just going to buy a little time. Going to sprint him out to the right a little bit. He's going to look back deep, deep, deep. Going to take his time, poised, finds Crabtree on the crossing route.
C.J. Ayu is back in at defensive end, replacing Chris Long for the Rams. Moran Norris, the fullback. Gore behind Norris, and Upati gets down to the 44-yard line. He picked up 4 on the play. Gary Gibson, the defensive tackle, number 71, made the stop on Frank Gore.
And there is a huge silver lining, in my opinion, to Troy Smith making plays for this offense, and it's going to help Frank Gore, number 21. The more you can supplement this offense with positive plays, with good offensive plays and good execution, you take the pressure off of Frank Gore to be the bell cow every single down.
Frank Gore riding a streak of 3 consecutive games with over 100 yards rushing. There's Gore, and he stopped right away. That time he wanted to cut back, and there was C.J. Ayu to wrap him up. Ayu's made a couple of good plays in the rotation on the defensive line. Sets the 49ers back. It'll be a 3rd and 10. 6 defensive backs in for the Rams, including the former 49er, Michael Lewis, seeing his first action since he was picked up on waivers.
49ers have not converted a 3rd down yet.
0 for 4 in the game. Working out of the shotgun is Troy Smith. Everybody out. He pulls it down. He lost the ball. He trying to pick it up. It's still loose. And I believe the 49ers have it. Yes. Troy Smith, instead of falling on it, tried to pick it up.
And that's going to be a sack for James Hall. That's going to end up being a sack for James Hall. He knocked that football out, and then nobody was aware that it was on the ground except Troy Smith, who was running around trying to find it.
So that's 4 sacks in the game for the Rams. Mike Singletary talking to his quarterback.
Let's see if this has ended up a fumble or an incomplete pass. Arm forward there. Yeah, that's an incomplete pass. That's not a fumble. It's going to be...
Well, no challenge. It's ruled a fumble. The punt by Andy Lee bounces into the end zone. Will be a touchback. And the Rams, with their first possession of the second half, will start at the 20. 55-yard punt. Nets 35.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By Nissan. Innovation for today, innovation for tomorrow, innovation for all. By State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
All right, so how do you get ready for your first defensive series? You do some push-ups.
Hey, you got to get your swell on, right? You get warmed up, number 1.
You know where
you get the blood flowing.
You know where he learned that from?
No.
Chris Myers does that on the sideline to stay loose for our reports.
I've seen his triceps flailing on TV.
On first down, Bradford to Steven Jackson, who was split out. And the completion up to the 29. He picks up 9 on first down.
Patrick Willis is having a monster game. Monster game. Had the sack and the forced fumble early in the first half. I think Manny Lawson has really played well. Guys are flying around. They've done a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback and really limiting Steven Jackson to the big run.
With 2 tight ends in, Jackson trying to get outside. Gets a couple of yards to the 31, enough for a first down. Justin Smith wrapped him up.
And I got to tell you, to be frank, 16th is not good enough for this defense. I mean, and that's where they're ranked in the league. You look at this defense, Sam, they've been together 3 and 4 years. They're experienced from front to back, and I know their secondary has let them down a little bit, but if this team really wants to fight themselves right back into this division race, Greg Minuski right there, the defensive coordinator, knows that this group had better start to dominate.
Travis LeBoy in at linebacker. Jackson goes out wide to the right. Everybody out, swing it outside of Amendola by himself. Not much on the pickup. Nate Clemens pulled him out of bounds. 5th catch of the game for Danny Amendola.
And Steven Jackson has been limited today in terms of yards per carry at about 2.3, as you see there today. Look what they did to him over the last couple of years. December 2008, October 2009. And he was the only guy. They were just handing him the rock and say, carry this football team, Steven. And he was able to do 3-4 a carry in those 2 games, bottled up today by this Niner front 7.
And he carries straight ahead. Gets up to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play. Justin Smith with another tackle on the play.
Think about Steven Jackson, too, who now is the all-time leading rusher in St. Louis, right past Eric Dickerson. And the guy has been a consummate pro. And Sam Bradford said this guy has just been a huge asset, just to, questions, just to talk to, a sounding board. For that guy to come to work and to put in and have the impact and deliver what he's delivered, that being Steven Jackson. Think of how many wins he's gotten to pay off with all that, Sam, in the last 7 years.
Rams are 1 for 6 on 3rd down. They have a 3rd and 6 here. Work with 3 wide receivers. Bradford going short and completing it to Illinois Mike. Haomanauanui, a 1st down at midfield. Michael Haomanauanui, the rookie out of Illinois, a 5th-round draft pick, who is fitting very, very nicely on this Rams offense.
Yeah, and look at the height, all 6'5" of Sam Bradford. He can see right over the line. He knows where Illinois Mike's going to be on that little crossing route, man coverage on Navarro Bowman. You love that for Sam Bradford. We talked earlier about Troy Smith on the other side being challenged at 6 foot and having to move around and get out to the edge to get throwing lanes. Bradford can see right over it and deliver it.
Flea flicker. Bradford wants to go deep. And it is incomplete. It was well covered on the play. Brandon Gibson, the intended receiver. But there were 3 49er defenders downfield.
Well, and they're going to see it every week, and they have. But look, they got a blitz coming, so now you're going to send everybody deep, hoping to catch Deshaun Goldson or one of the safeties peeking inside and biting up on some of those teaser routes. No chance. Nate Clemens defending that well, and love that. When you're playing the flea flicker, just be the deepest of the deep, and Clemens was able to do that.
Rams were penalized for hands to the face and sent back to their 41-yard line. It's still a 1st down. The penalty sets them back. They go with 3 wide receivers. Marty Gilliard, rookie out of Cincinnati, in as a 3rd wideout. And they split Jackson into the slot. Blitz coming. Bradford drops deep, sets up a tight end screen, fell down, and then was brought down by Takeo Spikes.
So much poise by that rookie quarterback. Got a blitz right in his face. He knows where everybody's going to be. So he's just going to wait, let those guys commit, and then drop it over the top. Watch the blitz here. Cross dog inside. Watch 51 finish here. Comes unblocked. Now he's just going to get on his horse, snap to whistle. Takeo Spikes gets himself a tackle.
5 defensive backs in for the 49ers. 4 wide receivers for the Rams on 2nd and 10.
Glad Takeo did those push-ups.
That's right. Hand off to Jackson. Avoids a couple of men. Turns it into a nice run across midfield to the 49ers 49-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
Boy, good block here by Jason Brown. You got 6 guys in the box, and you got 5 blockers, so you got 1 free, but watch the block by the center. I mean, watch Jason Brown just lock up on Patrick Willis. It's a good call.
Rams are still without Roger Saffold. Steven Jackson has gone to the sideline with a hand problem. He's being checked out. Kenneth Darby in the backfield for the Rams. On 3rd and 10. Bradford pump fake, steps up, and goes deep. He's got Amendola. He overthrew him. Amendola was behind the safety, Deshaun Goldson, but the pass just a little too long.
Yeah, here's Amendola right here, and he's just going to take off and get vertical. Sam Bradford steps up, buys some time stepping up in the pocket, and Deshaun Goldson was beat bigger than Dallas. And, I mean, they had max protection, which means they're blocking up with 7. They only had 3 guys out in the route. And Deshaun Goldson just still gets smoked by the deep vertical seam.
5th punt of the game for Donnie Jones. Ted Ginn is deep, good, high punt. Ginn waits for a fair catch, lets it bounce. It hit one of the Rams, and it'll be down at around the 20-yard line.
I think Ed Hockley missed one here. Watch the hands to the head on Sam Bradford. Ooh, bang, right there from Manny Lawson.
Game remains tied.
Here in San Francisco, Steven Jackson had his hand stepped on, already playing with an injured finger, but shook it off, grabbed a drink on the sideline, said, I'll be good to go when we're back on offense. Back up to Sam and Tim.
Thanks, Chris. They spread the offense to the 49ers. Empty backfield. Pass was batted and went down. The blitz was coming right away, and it's incomplete. Let's check out the Cowboys and the Giants. Here's Kurt Menefee.
Well, some of the lights aren't working at the new Meadowlands, but maybe that's because Dallas is playing lights out against the Giants. Felix Jones takes a little dump pass, 71 yards for the score. Cowboys in their first game under Jason Garrett all over the Giants, 26-6, and that's still early in the 3rd quarter. Sam and Tim.
Thanks, Kurt. Those are the Cowboys that everybody expected to see from the start of the season. And a great game they're playing at the Meadowlands. Troy Smith rolling, looking, and throwing downfield deep, and he overthrows Josh Morgan. Double covered on the play. Combination of Craig Dahl and Bradley Fletcher.
Talking about Steven Jackson earlier and what Sam Bradford said about him and the consummate pro, and think about this. Since 2006 for Steven Jackson, and the guy is just a grinder. He's the bell cow. It's give me the ball 25 times, I'll put the team on my back. He's played with disc injuries in his back. He's had a lot of other issues. 18 wins. 18 wins
in 4.5
since
years.
2006. Think about that.
C.J. Ayu is in on the defensive line for the Rams. On 3rd and 10, Smith throws, and Ted Ginn turned too late. They missed timing on that pass play, and it's 3 and out for the 49ers. Jerome Murphy was covering on the play, the rookie out of South Florida. Good defensive series for the Rams. There's Danny Amendola. The wind above the stadium has really picked up. Flags above the stadium are really straight out. Down on the field, it doesn't seem to be as much. Andy Lee with his 5th punt. Amendola backs up, takes it at the 25. Picks up a block, and then jumps into a couple of defenders and goes down at the 36-yard line. Rams on offense. The wind picking up in San Francisco. The game still tied. Rams start from the 36-yard line. Steven Jackson is back in at running back. Marty Gilliard in motion, and the 49ers jump across the line. Right in the middle of Brea Franklin, along with Demetric Evans.
Encroachment, defense, number 92, 5-yard penalty. The first down.
We welcome all of you who've been watching the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Sam Rosen, Tim Bryant, Chris Myers here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, where the St. Louis Rams and the San Francisco 49ers all even at 10-10. Rams with the ball 1st and 5 at their own 41-yard line. Sam Bradford, the quarterback, first pick overall, has played well. Got Steven Jackson in the backfield. A play fake in the roll. Bradford being chased by Manny Lawson. Takes it out of bounds at the first down marker. He's got enough for the first down. And for those of you joining us, here's what went on earlier in the day. This was after a long pass to Josh Morgan, 65 yards. Frank Gore took it in for a 1-yard touchdown run. The answer was to Danny Amendola, the Rams' top receiver, catching the short pass from Sam Bradford. Each team with a field goal as well. The Rams with the ball here, first down with 3 wide receivers. Steven Jackson finds an opening. Big game for Steven Jackson. His biggest run of the game is down to the 49ers 28-yard line. The safety Reggie Smith takes him down.
Well, you got 3 guys with really good blocks. Down block there, going to pull around and get the backer, and then watch the kick out block out to the edge by Renardo Foster. So you have the left guard, Jacob Bell does a great job. Goldberg comes around and is able to seal up Takeo Spikes. Terrific block there. And then the left tackle, Renardo Foster, able to push out and wash out Demetric Evans. 3 really good blocks.
25-yard run for Steven Jackson. End around here to Amendola. Avoided 1 man. There's a flag on the play as Amendola goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
He's going to get Gibson with I think a block in the back, it looked like, down here on the perimeter.
It's Brandon Gibson.
Illegal block in the back, offense number 11. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
Brandon Gibson, the wide receiver. Sam Bradford has had a good game, 15 for 21, 136 yards, 1 touchdown pass. Steven Jackson, after that 25-yard run, 14 carries, 64 yards, and Danny Amendola with 5 catches. He leads the team now with 50 receptions. 4 wide receivers in for the Rams.
Watch how fast this ball comes out for Sam Bradford.
Stops, throws, and completes it for Brandon Gibson down at the 27-yard line. For those of you who might be checking in and looking for the Giants and the Cowboys, there's been a power outage at the Meadowlands. Lights down, TV power is out.
I don't think it was just the lights with a power outage in the Meadowlands. How about that home team?
Giants have had an outage as well. Michael Madawanui, the tight end, is split out wide right. Pressure on Bradford, gets rid of it to Jackson. High steps it across the 20. As if Steven Jackson wanted to kick it into another gear, went into his high step and takes it down to the 18-yard line. Looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Yeah, I want you just to watch Patrick Willis right here on this play and watch what it's like to pursue as a linebacker in pro football. Watch this. Good job by Bradford. He's going to get it out. Now watch 52. Oh, you couldn't see it right there. Goldberg chopped him down, and he did a flip and a half in the air before he landed on the ground.
No huddle offense for the Rams. They've got a first down, and now the 49ers call a timeout.
That's their first.
Their first timeout of the second half. This is a big game in the NFC West, and the Rams and 49ers are tied. Back at Candlestick, Rams with a 1st and 10 at the 49ers 18-yard line. 2 tight ends in. Bradford short drop outside, complete to Brandon Gibson. Forward progress to the 13-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the play. Nate Clements with the stop on Gibson, but typical of Sam Bradford, taking those short passes and moving the team up the field.
He knows right where he's going with the football. He gets to that back foot, and whether it's a 5-step drop, 3-step drop, or even the deeper 7, which we haven't seen a lot of, he gets to that back foot, that back step, and that ball just comes out on time with tremendous accuracy.
There's 2nd and 5 for the Rams, who led 3-0, trailed 10-3, and then tied it. Jackson slipped 1 tackle. Jackson goes in, touchdown! Great run by Steven Jackson. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And the Rams have the lead for the 2nd time of the game.
Well, you love that run by Steven Jackson, but boy, if you're Greg Minuski, you are irritated right now as the defensive coordinator. He drew that up perfectly for his defense. Deshaun Goldson, his safety, get right in there, make a play, blitz off the edge. And Goldson never saw it till it was too late.
Josh Brown with the extra point is good, and the Rams have a 17-10 lead.
Watch 38 right here. He's coming off the blitz, off the edge. Go make the play.
No. Steven Jackson makes the play. Touchdown run, and the Rams lead. 64-yard drive for the Rams against this 49ers defense. What happened here, Tim?
Well, obviously there was a little hold there in the end zone by Laurent Robinson.
Wasn't
But
called.
whether he holds or not, I'm not so sure that they're able to keep Steven Jackson out of the end zone. That was all Goldson's fault.
Ted Ginn from the 2. Try to cut it back, and he was run over and run down by Britt Miller, the backup fullback. The world's most watched soccer league is the Barclays Premier League, and you can find it on Fox Soccer Channel. Next weekend, Mexican sensation Chicharito leads Manchester United into a battle with Wigan. Live next weekend only on Fox Soccer Channel.
You know, I was never a big soccer fan until I met Ndamukong Suh. Now I've got a whole new respect for the sport of soccer.
Chilo Rachel in at right guard for the 49ers. Short carry by Gore as he's wrapped up by Bradley Fletcher. Fletcher didn't start the game. They felt his play had dropped off last couple of weeks, but since coming back in has done a good job. Leading tacklers, Craig Dahl, the safety. James Laurinaitis had a real good start to the game with 1.5 sacks. 49ers who kind of concentrated on him, slowed him down.
No, they have dialed up the heat. 4 sacks in this game. You go over the last 4 games for the Rams, and not many people are rushing the passer better than they are.
Troy Smith gets rid of it to Vernon Davis, slips a tackle, gets outside, and he's pulled out of bounds. Flag on the play.
I bet you Josh Morgan gets a hold out here on the perimeter.
All right, we'll check that out. Good news from the Meadowlands. The power is back on. The game between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants has resumed. Dallas leading.
Offense number 84. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
When you decide you've had enough of broadcasting, you've got to become an official. You've got every call right. You see it better than anybody.
Well, you'll see it right here to the left of your screen. He's trying to create some space for Vernon Davis, and he's got a hold of Bradley Fletcher right there. And the headlinesman's going to see that.
And what is killing San Francisco in this game? Penalties. 10 penalties in the game have wiped out so many positive plays.
Well, they wiped out an interception early by Nate Clements, an offside by Ahmad Brooks, and then the delay of game wiped out a touchdown by Vernon Davis in the first half.
Brian Westbrook in the backfield. Now he motions out and splits out wide left. Empty backfield, everybody out. Smith in trouble, runs for it. Brought down from behind on a good tackle by George Selby, a rookie out of South Florida, with his second tackle of the game. He's made his presence felt.
Here's those critical plays that I was talking about. Watch right here. There's the offsides by Ahmad Brooks. That was an interception that was negated. Now watch the play clock in the left of your screen. And then they hit Vernon Davis for the touchdown. Catch him perfectly versus that full blitz. Delay a game, self-inflicted wound.
Oshimago Otagwe, one of the key defensive players on this Rams squad, slow to get up, shaken up on the play, and assisted a little bit, now trying to jog off the field.
Think of the challenge, and for guys like Otagwe, for this St. Louis Rams defense, who doing pretty darn good when you look at only 10 points given up. I mean, think about trying to prepare for this game and study Troy Smith. I mean,
hard.
Where did you find the tape? You went back and watched the one game in London against Denver, and then I assume early in his career in Baltimore, and probably even back to some of the stuff at Ohio State.
Michael Lewis is in at safety, but Darian Stewart is the man that has replaced Oshimago Otagwe, who's gone right to the locker room.
Michael Lewis is playing linebacker.
Frank Gore back in for San Francisco. Looked like Troy Smith's arm was hit as he threw. Chris Long was in there along with James Hall. And that pass incomplete. Good pressure by the Rams on the third down play.
Well, that's what the Rams have been able to do because of guys like Chris Long and because of James Hall and even Freddie Robbins inside, is they don't always have to blitz. They don't always have to send those exotic looks and the zone pressures and all that.
Steve Spagnuolo, as all good defensive coaches, realize if you can get there with 4 and drop 7, we prefer to do that all day.
Amendola back deep, and that punt was partially blocked. Brian Keel got a piece of it, and the Rams will get the ball at the 49ers 35-yard line. Special teams come up big. Brian Keel, the linebacker, gets there and got a piece of that punt.
Looked like Manny Lawson. Manny Lawson just lost his focus. Manny Lawson's got to block him. And Manny never steps outside. You see number 99 right there? He never steps outside. Navarro Bowman lets him go to the inside. And they're both taking off, running down, trying to cover the punt. And Brian Keel's running there unblocked and gets the punt block.
And the Rams getting some momentum going. Have the ball at the Niners 36-yard line. Illinois Mike motion, the tight end, who's Jackson carrying, short pickup. Down to the 34, a pickup of 2 on the play. Obrea Franklin, number 92, in on the stop. Time winding down here in the third quarter. The 49ers at 2-6 have won 2 of their last 3. There's Brian Keel, who made the big special teams play. The Rams at 4-4, tied with Seattle for first place in the NFC West. Seattle is leading in Arizona 23-10 late third quarter. We've reached the end of the third quarter in San Francisco. Frank Gore has tried to run the 49ers into the lead, but right now it's the Rams 17-10.
You trust me?
Human Target is better. Season premiere Wednesday on Fox.
Season on the brink for the San Francisco 49ers at 2-6. In this, their second division game. Very important game for Mike Singletary and his team. They trail by 7 starting the fourth quarter. Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, Chris Myers here at Candlestick. 2 tight ends for the Rams, 2nd and 8. At the 49ers 34. In motion, LaRon Robinson. Bradford gets it to Steven Jackson. He dropped it. Incomplete pass. And we check in with our man on the field, Chris Myers. Chris.
Sam, that drop from Jackson might have been connected to his hand injury, but an injury update on Ashimigo Otagwe. His left foot they were checking. He went out after that last series was cramping up. He did run to the locker room himself. Optimistic he'll return. Nothing definite if he cannot. Again, Michael Lewis, the ex-49er, would take his place in the secondary.
Thanks very much, Chris. There's a big third down play for the Rams. Kenneth Darby in at running back. Amendola right out of the slot. Rams 2 for 8 on third downs. 3 wide receivers. Bradford in trouble. Gets rid of it. A diving effort incomplete. LaRon Robinson trying to haul it in. Now it brings up a 4th down. Travis LeBoy was blitzing on the play and had a hold of Sam Bradford. Couldn't bring him down. Bradford's got good size. He's strong, about 220. Tim?
225, somewhere right around there, and he's been able to hold his weight over the last couple of weeks. He's an underrated athlete now, and you saw LeBoy had him wrapped up down low. He was able to stay on his feet and still get the ball out with some decent accuracy. Spagnuolo looks like he's ready to throw the challenge flag on this one, holding that red flag. But back to Bradford. You know, the guy was a terrific AAU basketball player. He is an underrated athlete.
52-yard field goal try for Josh Brown. Chris Massey, the long snapper. No, they fake it. It's going to be a punt, a little pooch kick by Josh Brown, and it goes out of bounds at the 10.
Before the ball was snapped,
Delay of game.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. It's still 4th down.
All right, that sets it back, and now the regular punting unit comes out for the Rams. An interesting twist as they lined up for the field goal and went for the pooch punt. And had the time not expired, the ball would have been out of bounds at the San Francisco 10-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This punter right here, Donnie Jones, really good at pinning people down inside their own 20 his whole career.
His 6th punt of the game. Jones, line drive, end over end, bounces it to 10 and goes out of bounds inside the 10. Well, he did the job right there. Couldn't ask for better. It's at the 7-yard line. The 49ers have a long way to go. Early in the 4th quarter, down by 7.
Today's game is sponsored by Subway Restaurants. Try the latest $5 footlong chicken marinara melt today. By the Ford F-150 and its 4 new engines. This is the future of truck. And by Lowe's. Lowe's, let's build something together.
Check out the leaders on offense for the 49ers. Troy Smith, 9 for 16, 220 yards. Frank Gore has rushed for 45 yards and a touchdown. 49ers, 2 tight ends, Delaney Walker and Vernon Davis from the 7. Smith pressured, throws, and it's dropped off the hands of Frank Gore. Big pressure from Gary Gibson and from Chris Long. Let's check out what's happening at the Meadowlands. Here's Kurt Menefee.
Well, they had a 12-minute power outage. Lights came back on. Giants get a touchdown. And then so did the Cowboys. John Kitna and Miles Austin, 24 yards on the score. Kitna, 327 yards and 3 touchdowns. Dallas up by 20 again. Sam, Tim?
Thanks, Kurt. Big game for the Cowboys under Jason Garrett. Gore cuts it back. Good hold, good run up to the 16-yard line. A pickup of 9 on the play. Niall Diggs with a tackle. Rams remain without Ashimego Atagwe, one of their leaders on defense. They talk about how strong they are up the middle with Fred Robbins and Gary Gibson at tackles. Laurinaitis, the middle linebacker, but Atagwe is out and they're going with a rookie, Darian Stewart.
And even stress more because James Butler inactive today, a guy who's been here for a couple of years and rotating in a big part of that safety rotation.
Dominique Ziegler is in as the 3rd wide receiver for the Niners on 3rd and 1.
Still have not converted a 3rd down.
Gore trying to do just that. A hard run. Didn't have all that much room, but it looks like he got there. We'll see where the spot is. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, and they've got to sustain some drives here. If that yellow line is correct, and it's certainly not down on the field as it looks here, that yellow line's not on the field for the players and the refs down there, but he looks short. 15 plays in the second half here of this game.
Oh boy, it's
a couple inches short.
Inch or 2 short. Here's a big decision. You can't go for it, right?
You got to punt it. You're backed up. You got to trust your defense. It's a 1 possession game, 1 touchdown game. You got to punt it.
The offense is stalled. This is 3 3-and-outs in a row for the 49ers.
No, you're all over it. 15 plays in the second half for the 49er offense. You showed all that graphic with all the offensive leaders. Most of that, Sam, came in the first 2 quarters of football here.
And 0 for 8 on 3rd downs. They gave it to Gore. He had a couple of blockers in front of him, and the Rams were able to stop him just short. Andy Lee is back deep. This one he gets off. Good high kick. Waving for a fair catch is Amendola. He's got it on the 27. Taking no chances. The Rams, the defense coming up strong as the 49ers have been shut down here in the second half. Held to just 59 yards. Steven Jackson on the sideline, his right hand being checked out. Kenneth Darby is in to replace him. Rams start from the 28-yard line. Off the play fake. Bradford rolling, looking, and throws it away as he was chased by Takeo Spikes.
Tell you, the Niners have got to make something happen in terms of a takeaway or a 3-and-out. Get the ball back to their offense. There's been no turnovers in this football game, and that's an area. You ask Mike Singletary, why your team are you 2-6? Inexperience and turnover ratio, and you know, a big part of that is that defense through now almost 9 games have only forced 12 turnovers. They got to get a takeaway here.
The one they had was negated by a penalty. On 2nd and 10, 3 wide receivers in. Bradford quickly to Amendola, and he ran into his own man. Shawntae Spencer blew up that play. Made a terrific play on the outside, number 36 for the 49ers.
You have to wonder now if Pat Shurmur is sitting up in the box, the offensive coordinator, and going, wow, they are really aggressive on those little laser screens, those little bubble screens, maybe a little hitch and go. Maybe we'll see something like that, and they'll try to crease them down the field, getting those Niner defenders, who we know historically, Sam, love to jump routes.
And it'll be interesting to see how the Rams play it. Will they take chances? They got conservative in the game in Tampa. Here's 3rd and 10. Bradford wide open. Gibson, and he is brought down at the 35-yard line, short of the first down. Nate Clements with the tackle. Good defensive series for the 49ers. They made a couple of big plays, and they forced a 3-and-out for the Rams. That was something the 49ers needed badly.
Yeah, because the Rams are methodical in their approach now. They're going to be patient, just like you saw Bradford do there, is take what the defense gives you. That time they gave him the 7 or an 8-yard route, and you're hoping that Brandon Gibson can break a tackle. NaVorro Bowman and, as you said, Nate Clements were able to rally up and get the stop.
7th punt of the game for Donnie Jones. Way up in the air. Ted Ginn waves and takes it at the 27-yard line. So back and forth they go. Troy Smith comes on, trying to lead the offense back into it.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon Wireless, introducing the Droid X, the next generation of does.
Rams safety Oshimago Otagwe took an IV in the locker room. He's back out on the field battling leg cramps. And Steven Jackson, a cramp in his right arm. He will return. Sam, Tim?
Thanks, Chris, for the update on first down. Troy Smith rolls, throwing deep, and it is caught by Delaney Walker. Was he inbounds? They rule it. Let's say the two officials getting together. They rule it a catch.
And he was definitely interfered with, I think, by Fletcher as well, and still was able to come down with the catch. Love the edge play again. There's Delaney Walker going to fake a little block. Now he's going to take off right to the flag. Fletcher stumbles and falls there, but he's looking at the ball. Nothing's called. Did Delaney Walker have full control, by the way, by the time that left foot was down in bounds? It looked like he did.
No challenge. Troy Smith gets it out to Delaney Walker again. And Walker takes it inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. So suddenly Smith has found the new guy who is a very dangerous weapon. He's listed as a tight end, but in essence, he's like a wide receiver. He's got so much speed.
He is a matchup problem. Let's watch his feet here on the play before that didn't get challenged. See if he's got full possession of the ball. One down, two toes down. Yeah, he's got it.
Good play. And you know what? Smith gets a lot on the ball while he's rolling out. While he's moving, he throws the ball very, very well. Here's second down. Off the play fake, Troy Smith steps up, gets away from Chris Long. Dodging, weaving, and is brought down. First down, Niners at the 23-yard line. Darrell Scott, the second-year tackle out of Clemson, made the tackle. Great play by Troy Smith.
He was not going to be denied that first down. Oh, man, he's made some good plays. Good pressure from Chris Long at the top of your screen, who's been an animal all day. Troy Smith looked deep, wasn't there, and now it's just about trying to make things happen with your legs and tuck that ball away. Ended up getting a much-needed first down there.
Anthony Davis was shaken up. The trainers came out to check him out, and he jogs off to the sideline. Tony Rogge goes in to replace him. Oh, this is an important drive for the 49ers. Their last 6 possessions, they've had 5 punts and then halftime, so they need something here.
Yeah, this is by far their best drive here of the second half.
Delaney Walker with 4 catches for 80 yards. Vernon Davis, the other tight end, 3 catches, 75.
Delaney led him in catches last game in London against Denver.
Brian Westbrook replacing Frank Gore goes in motion. And it's out to Westbrook. Picks up a couple of blocks. Inside the 20 to the 18. Jerome Murphy made the tackle for the Rams. Now the 49ers mixing it up. Not running the ball, but good passes by Troy Smith. Anthony Davis is back on.
Yeah, now they've got a problem with their left tackle. Joe Staley's out there.
He's limping off the field, and Tony Raggi goes in to replace him. This is Mr. Reliable at left tackle, Joe Staley. He has been so good for the 49ers, and now he can't get to the sideline.
And remember last year, I think it was the Indianapolis game, we were doing that, and he ended up having an injury in that game and was lost for the rest of the year.
Mike Singletary comes in over to check him out. There's Tony Raggi. He goes in every position. He can play guard, he can play tackle, he can play center.
He's mostly played guard, though. He has mostly played guard for sure. Barry Sims inactive today. Alex Boone also inactive today. Joe Staley here, 74. Looks like he's going to try to chop James Hall right there. And
Staley checked out on the sideline. Ball at the 19. 2nd and 6 for the 49ers.
Clearly they trust Troy Smith after a couple of weeks of practice, don't they? They have put the ball in his hands and said, get us right back in this game.
Frank Gore back in. 3 wide receivers. Everybody out. Smith rolling, looking, and throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Crabtree! What a catch by Michael Crabtree! And a great throw again by Troy Smith, moving to his left. This time, there's a flag down. Are they going to wipe this one out as well? Holding on the 49ers. Wipes out another touchdown.
Well, that's the 2nd touchdown today called back for a penalty. First one delay a game. This one looks like a holding call.
Back to the 29-yard line. 12th penalty of the game on the 49ers.
Who'd they call it on? I haven't heard Ed Hockley make the call. Is it right here? There it is. Anthony Davis, and he just pulls Chris Long down with him. Chris Long has been a beast today.
No question. Back to the 29. Frank Gore in the backfield with Troy Smith. Still 2nd down. Pressure on Smith. He gets rid of it downfield, broken up by Craig Dahl. The safety stepped in, batted it away from Josh Morgan, the intended receiver.
That is a risky throw right there. He had Fred Robbins hanging on him and tries to slide it and just shoot it right in between 2 defenders. Escapes out the side door, back across his body. Very good play by Craig Dahl.
2 tight ends in. Vernon Davis and Delaney Walker. They have to get to the 13-yard line for a 1st down.
Still 0 for on 3rd down conversion.
0 for 8. Davis motions. Gore in the backfield with Smith. Pressure. Smith gets away and throws, and it's incomplete. That was an off-balance desperation throw. Chris Long almost got to Troy Smith.
Chris Long has got such an arsenal of moves. I want you to watch the spin move here. He has got Anthony Davis's number. He's going to fake outside, going to spin inside, going to gain ground. And Tony Raggi's able to get just enough of him to knock him off the sack. Chris Long is by far here in year number 3 having his best year.
That you don't want to see for the 49ers. Joe Staley carted off the field with a left ankle injury. Joe Nedney, 47-yard field goal try. Strong leg, it's right through. The 49ers get some points. Very important here in the late stages of the game. Just over 9 minutes to go. The 49ers get within 4 points. Rams have really improved defensively, and Chris Long's been a big factor in that as he matures and becomes a really top defensive end.
And will get better and better. Craig Dahl also, you see there, also had a big play for him. But the more Chris understands the game and understands the big picture of football concepts, the better he'll be.
Long kick by Joe Nedney was mishandled by Marty Gilliard. It's a touchback, and the Rams will start from the 20-yard line. Next week, NFL on Fox. It all begins with the all-new Ford Edge Drive 1 pregame show at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Then we've got early games, Packers and Vikings, Cardinals and Chiefs. Late games, Tampa Bay will be here in San Francisco. Atlanta will be at St. Louis. Tim and I will be there for that one. That should be good. Chris Myers will be here for the Bucs and 49ers, calling the play-by-play with Kurt Warner. Steven Jackson back in at running back. Bradford to Gibson. And Brandon Gibson is out of bounds just across the 25-yard line. Gibson is another one that his second year out of Washington State, he's slowly developing into a reliable receiver.
Look, he's a good route runner. He's a good player, but with all due respect, Gibson and Laurent Robinson and these guys, I mean, they were supposed to be backups this year. Avery was supposed to be the guy. Then Mark Clayton came in. They've had injuries, and Sam Bradford doesn't care. He just keeps delivering the rock.
Jackson, nothing there. Thrown for loss. Great defensive effort by the 49ers, led by number 98, Paris Harrelson. That's a big play. It'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Rams.
Greg Minuski talks a lot about his outside linebackers setting the edge and boxing everything up inside. And Paris Harrelson does that, looking to keep his outside arm free. That is textbook. Force it to cut back inside where you got 10 defenders to help you out.
There's 3rd and 6, and the crowd into it, urging on their 49ers defense. Rams are 2 for 10 on 3rd down conversions. Everybody out. Bradford throws behind Gibson. He double clutched, and by the time he threw it, it was behind the intended receiver. 3 and out for the Rams. So the 49ers defense has come up big twice in a row.
Yep.
It's been 3 and out for the Rams. Back deep, Ted Ginn. Donnie Jones, 8th punt of the game. Jones, good high kick. Ginn waits for a fair catch. Takes it at the 29-yard line. Rams with a 17-13 lead. NFC West, a lot of people dismiss it as being one of the weak divisions in the NFL. San Francisco came into the season, a lot of people feeling that they would be the team to beat. They got off to the 0-5 start and trying to recover from that. What will it take to win this division? Now the Rams are 4-4. Seattle is 4-4. Arizona 3-5. 2 tight ends split out wide. They go to Vernon Davis, and he's brought down by a combination of Craig Dahl and Chris Chamberlain. Pick up to the 33, a 4-yard gain on the play. Tony Raggi remains in at left tackle for the 49ers for the injured Joe Staley, who's gone to the locker room. A report from Chris Myers is that Joe Staley ankle injury will not return. He is done for the game. Off the play fake. Troy Smith still has it rolling and decides to pull it down. Nobody open downfield. He's out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
I'll tell you, the 49ers in particular in the first half, yards after the catch, a big number for them. Josh Morgan down the sideline, he gets it. Yards after the catch, picks up big yards. Vernon Davis, same thing here in the first half. And then Delaney Walker down the sideline, picking up some nice yards after the catch. Second half has been a different story. Look at that, 73 in the first half, yards after the catch, only 19 here in the second half.
3rd and 5. 2 tight ends in for the 49ers. Interesting formation here. Smith gets time and throws incomplete. Trying to get it to Michael Crabtree. He was double covered by Bartell and Otagwe.
Crabtree and Troy Smith were not on the same page there. Miscommunication. Troy threw it one way and Crabtree went the other.
Interesting formation. It was as if they had one guy in mind. They were going to try to get it to Crabtree and nobody else. and they
Well,
gave
they
him
like
some
that
protection.
matchup. Yeah, they like that matchup. And we talked about Troy Smith going to have the opportunity to get the ball to Crabtree on the perimeter. He's going to have to make it happen. That time they were out of sync.
Andy Lee gets this one away. Good high punt. Amendola backs up to the 7. Has some room to return. Cuts upfield. Reggie Smith brings him down to short of the 20-yard line. Next weekend on the Big Ten Network, there's regional action taking center stage. Purdue takes on Michigan State. Penn State takes on Indiana. It's all next weekend only on the Big Ten Network. Check your local listings for the game in your area. What things have hurt the 49ers today? Penalties, 12 of them, 90 yards, and in key situations, an 0 for 10 on third down conversions.
Yeah, and those penalties, 2 touchdowns called back because of penalties. And an interception on defense also.
Steven Jackson back in from the 19. Jackson looking for some room. It's a hard-earned 3 yards up to the 22-yard line. Jackson 17 carries, 77 yards. One big one, a 26-yarder, make it 18 for 80.
And now feed your bell cow in the 4-minute drill. We always talk about the 2-minute drill and a drill designed to conserve time. The 4-minute drill designed to chew time and chew the clock and run the football.
This is the 6-minute drill. 5 defensive backs in. Ray McDonald, number 91, in on the defensive line for the Niners. Off the fake, Bradford throws outside to Gibson. Tried to slip a couple of tackles, went down at the 28. He's a yard short of the first down. Reggie Smith with the tackle. Brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Rams. How to find a way to win on the road.
Look at that contrast. 1,738 carries, 16 career fumbles only. I guess you trust that guy with the football.
Daniel Fells in at tight end. There's the 3rd and 1. Amendola shifts. Jackson is stopped. Ray McDonald, great penetration, great tackle. And the 49ers defense comes up big again.
Boy, Ray McDonald just destroyed Jason Brown, the center. Watch Ray right here, number 91 on number 60, Jason Brown. He is just going to drive him 2 yards into the backfield. Hit Steven Jackson 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Big time play there by Ray McDonald.
3 3-and-outs in a row, and the last 4 possessions for the Rams have all ended in a punt. There's Donnie Jones. Ted Ginn looks around, waits for another fair catch, takes it at the 24. So the Niners have 76 yards to go. Steve Spagnuolo trying to find a way. Rams have not won on the road since the beginning of November last year. Since the beginning of 2008, 2.5 seasons, they're 2-17 on the road. Look at those numbers.
Yeah, there's the number right there. And Spags, it was interesting talking to these guys yesterday. They really didn't talk anything about it. I said, how do you win on the road? Oh, we're not really paying attention to it. We just want to go play better. We want, yeah, okay.
Well, let's see. Now the 49ers trying to mount the comeback. Troy Smith drops it off to Frank Gore with the blocker ahead of him. Gore turns it into a big gainer. Bounces off a couple of tacklers and finally goes down at the Rams 46. What a run by Gore after the catch. 31-yard pickup. And there's a flag on the play. Steve Spagnuolo upset that there wasn't a flag back downfield.
Get out of there, Crabtree. He's showing those guys pulling on his face mask and play some ball.
All right, Ed Hockley.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 97. 15-yard penalty, first down.
This time the Rams are hurt on the penalty situation. Their 9th penalty of the game.
Frank Gore is incredible. And just watch this. He's going to get outside now. He just kicks it into another gear, cuts back across the grain, There's 1, 2, 3, 4 broken tackles, 5. Awesome.
And how about this for a recovery?
And there was the face mask right there on Darrell Scott.
Joe Staley is back in at left tackle. Anthony Dixon is in the backfield at running back after that poor play. He's being chased down by Chris Chamberlain and James Laurinaitis and dropped for a loss. There's Big Joe. What a recovery. He said probably tape me up, use as much tape as you need and get me back on the field.
I think maybe he took one of those aspirin that Chris Myers had earlier and taped it. Just taped it right on his ankle.
Dr. Myers, what happened?
Well, it was a miracle recovery. A lot of drama from the sideline. He came out of the locker room right before the Frank Gore run, and he said, my guys need me. I want to go back in. They said, as long as your ankle is okay, if you can hold up, go for it. And so Joe Staley, number 74, didn't want to sit and watch. He's back out there.
2nd and 11. Thanks, Chris.
Crabtree out of the slot. Watch him.
Frank Gore is in the backfield. And they got him. He is sacked on the play. Excellent play by Michael Lewis, the former 49er, coming in on the blitz. He's playing in his first game as a member of the Rams.
Well, you would hope your right guard can block a safety. Shiloh Ray-Shaw, watch here, 62. There's 22, Michael Lewis. He's going to go right by him. Going to get right to his edge. He's going to dip. Frank Gore steps up inside, misses. They had 2 guys assigned for Michael Lewis, and he still gets the sack.
C.J. Ayu is in on it as well. Here's a big 3rd down play. They have to get to the 21 for a 1st down. 2 tight ends, Davis and Walker, and they stop the play. False start against the 49ers. Penalty number 13.
They better give Anthony Davis some help over a right tackle on Chris Long.
Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, it's 3rd down.
Call it on Joe Staley at left tackle. And the ball is back to the 43-yard line. 49ers have 2 timeouts remaining. You can see that's one of the factors we talked about. 0 for 10 on 3rd down conversions.
Yeah, they got Vernon Davis now over. At least here, see if he tries to get some kind of a hit on Chris Long. Chris Long has been a major problem for Anthony Davis.
Dominic Ziegler in as a 3rd wide receiver. Smith steps up and throws deep for Vernon Davis. And let's see, touchdown! Touchdown, Vernon Davis. He held on.
Hold it. Offense number 74.
Oh no!
10-yard penalty.
It's wiped out. It's wiped out. Ed Hockley just went on the mic. A holding penalty against the 49ers.
What a shame.
Oh my goodness.
What a shame. And it's the right tackle. I just talked about it. Anthony Davis, Chris Long again. There's Chris, there's Anthony. Chris has got the ribs sunk in. Ed Hockley sees the right arm of Anthony Davis across the neck of Chris Long. Material restriction of his path to the quarterback. Ed Hockley throws the penalty. That's the 3rd touchdown called back for the 49ers. And it really spoils an unbelievable catch by Vernon Davis.
Boy, the rookie, Anthony Davis out of Rutgers, 1st round draft pick. He has been guilty of a couple of holding penalties, but that is penalty number 14 on Mike Singletary's team.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
3
wiped
touchdowns wiped out.
It is
and an interception by Nate Clements.
3rd down. They have to get to the 21-yard line.
Holy cow.
Of the Rams. They're back at their own 46. Davis sends everybody out, gets time, goes short to Frank Gore. Gore looking for some running room and then shoved out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. 2:23 remaining. The 49ers down by 4, facing a 4th down here, and the offense remains on the field. It'll be a 4th and 18.
I don't think you can talk enough about the performance that Chris Long has been able to put together today for these St. Louis Rams.
He's been uncontrollable.
I mean, he has forced 2 or 3 holding calls. He's been all over the quarterback. He's defended the run. Incredible.
Here's the 4th down play. Smith steps up, throws to Frank Gore. He's got a 1st down. He's out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Troy Smith coming up big, finding Gore. And the drive stays alive for the 49ers. A pickup of 23 on the play.
Yep, and great job by Troy Smith. He steps up. Frank Gore all by himself out in the flat. You had Murphy, who was dropped deep into the deep third. You had Michael Lewis, who was trying to get up to the flat, but never got there. What a huge play by Frank. Look at that number.
Troy Smith has passed for 340 yards. The 49ers have had 8 plays of 20 yards or more. Smith on first down. Gets plenty of time. Throws. It's caught. Touchdown. Michael Crabtree.
Sam, there's no flags.
Amazing. Simply amazing.
Oh, wow.
Crabtree celebrates. Almost did the candlestick leap. Steve Spagnuolo.
The ball. He was in the end zone. He was then pushed back into the field of play, maintained possession of the ball, touchdown.
I can't say enough about Troy Smith. His composure, his poise, game on the line. He has made play after play after play.
Joe Staley made a big block to give Troy Smith protection, and Michael Crabtree going against Ron Bartell.
Look at that.
The Rams' best corner. And for Troy Smith, what a moment for him finding a way.
Well, what did he say? He's earned every single thing in his life. He's earned those numbers today. You know that.
Joe Nedney's extra point is good, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside, defense number 98. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. The try is good.
So, here's the touchdown play, Tim.
Yeah, and just watch all the time he's got number 1, but his poise. I mean, he's just standing back there. Anthony Davis does a good job right over here, the right tackle, which has been a major problem. He's locked up there with Chris Long. Look at the time, and then he's just going to stand in there with the poise. And watch this sack clock down here. I mean, if that ball doesn't come out, 4 seconds. Job well done by the offensive line. And then here's the route from Crabtree. He's going to stick it inside, double move, post corner. And now it's just all about the chemistry, the U to B factor. Ball across the goal line.
Great job by Crabtree.
The velocity on that football.
Staley and Upati combined to block James Hall. Hall was getting close to Troy Smith, but the double team kept him off. And for Troy Smith, what a moment as he's brought his team back. 17 for 28, 356 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now it's the Rams who must find a way to come back as Chris Long looks on after the Rams defense unable to keep the 49ers out. Amendola on the return. He's tripped up, and he's down at the 15. The Rams have all their 3 timeouts remaining. Don't forget, our coverage of the NFL doesn't stop with the end of this game. We've got the best post-game show around as Kurt, Terry, Howie, Jimmy, and Michael bring you the OT presented by Lowe's. They've got highlights, exclusive interviews, a look ahead to next week's action. The OT presented by Lowe's coming up following the game. The Rams start at the 15. 5 defensive backs in for San Francisco. 3 wide receivers. Everybody out. Bradford rolls, being chased. His pass is caught by Lalon Robinson at the 30-yard line. Make it the 29. We've reached the 2-minute warning. The Rams trying to come back behind Sam Bradford.
2-minute warning. 2 minutes.
The road has not been kind to Steve Spagnuolo and the Rams. Now they have to find a way to come back with their rookie quarterback, Sam Bradford, at the helm. As the Rams look to hold on to a piece of first place in the NFC West, the 49ers have rallied to take the lead as they try to stay alive.
3 timeouts left for St. Louis. You see him up there.
First down from the 29. 3 wide receivers. Bradford works out of the shotgun. Sends everybody out. Bradford rolls and throws, complete to LaRon Robinson. Up to the 39-yard line. Again, very close to the first down. Hurry-up offense for the Rams. Greg Minuski, the defensive coordinator, sending in signals to his team. It's a first down for the Rams at the 39.
Yeah, you can't just sit back in your cover two, because Sam Bradford will pick you apart underneath.
Everybody out. They went short over the middle of Amendola up to the 45-yard line.
Again, just look up here at the 3 lit up little lights there. Those are the timeouts left for St. Louis. All 3 at their disposal.
Once again, everybody out. Bradford in trouble. He got loose, and he runs for it, and he slides at midfield. That's a first down for the Rams. What a play. There you saw the strength of Sam Bradford. He broke a tackle.
Timeout, St. Louis.
And the Rams used their first timeout.
Also got hit right in the grill from Ray McDonald. Very good coverage down the field. You see here Nate Clements on the slot, getting aggressive there with Danny Amendola. Takeo Spikes in man coverage here. Terrell Brown on Brandon Gibson. And then watch Ray McDonald, 91 right there. Watch his left hand to the head. Bang of Sam Bradford. Bradford gets away, and again, there's that underrated athleticism.
Josh Brown, the field goal kicker for the Rams, his long this season, 48 yards. So they still would have to get to the 30-yard line. They need about 19 yards for that length.
He has gone well over 55, though, in his career, right?
Yes, he has. Marty Gilliard in as a third wideout. All the way out to the right goes Steven Jackson. 4-man rush. Bradford throws, and a good catch by Daniel Fells, the tight end. And he pulls his way for a first down to the 38-yard line. Good effort by Daniel Fells as he dragged Takeo Spikes to the first down line. And one of the 49ers is hurt. That's Justin Smith. He's got a leg problem.
Daniel Fells is sneaky at 275 pounds, because Takeo Spikes is going to get a big hit on him. You're going to see right here. Watch Takeo Spikes hit him right there. He doesn't go down, is able to stay up, and then shield off Takeo with his body and get the catch in the first down.
Number 3 is Josh Brown. His career long was in 2003. He has no 50-yarders this season.
And there would have been the... He's already passed that 58-yard threshold there, so...
He's at 56 yards right now if they set up to kick a field goal. Justin Smith has remained in the game. He's okay. Ray McDonald is in as well on the defensive line.
Tell you, if you're going to throw it at all and you're Sam Bradford, this ball better come out quick. You cannot risk a sack right here at this spot on the field.
The 3 wide receivers, the tight end is Fells, Jackson in the backfield. Blitz coming. Bradford hit as he throws. It's incomplete. LeBoy and Willis with pressure. LeBoy hit Sam Bradford. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Here's the boy out here. He's going to run the corner on Foster. Oh, yeah. That's just ability and strength of Sam Bradford that really nobody knows about. That ball should have been knocked out by Travis LeBoy. Bradford with the strength to hold on to it.
Ed Hockley. An official's timeout. He got called from upstairs.
Yeah, they're going to see about this ball coming out of Bradford's hand.
Whether there was forward motion. Certainly looked like it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ed Hockley will check it out. All reviews are initiated from the booth.
We're reviewing the ruling on the field to determine whether it was a fumble by the quarterback or a forward pass.
Well, it looked like his arm was going forward and he had the ball in it.
From that angle, it did.
All right, while we have a moment, we'll check out with our head official, Mike Pereira, back in our command center. Mike, what did you see?
You know what I see? Even though I'm left-handed, I see that arm starting forward, and remember, Hochuli ruled that it was a forward pass, so you have to have something clear that says it's not. And to me, watch the arm is back now. It's going to be bring it up, and here it's going to still got control, starts forward, then the ball is knocked out. I think Hochuli stays with his call of an incomplete pass.
Now the caveat to that, Mike, if it does change, is just down by contact the same way, right? They've got to clearly see who recovered this.
Yeah, you got to go forward then and see who recovered the ball. If there is a clear recovery at that point, then you could actually give the ball there. You got a clear recovery by St. Louis, so
right.
You'd actually get a fumble. But remember, it's inside of 2 minutes. So if it's a fumble, it goes back to the spot of the fumble. So It would go all the way back to where Sam actually would then be ruled the fumbling point.
Only the fumbling player in the back 2 minutes of the game, right, can recover it.
Right.
Thanks for that clarification, Mike. Mike Pereira from our command center. Here's Ed Hochuli with his ruling.
The ruling on the field stands as called. It was an incomplete pass. The hand had started forward before the ball came loose.
All right, we continue on. Thanks, Mike Pereira, standing by in our command center. He's watching every game, every play. He's got his finger on the pulse. He's awesome. 2nd and 10, Rams at the 49ers 38-yard line. Hochuli waiting for his other official to get in place. Now ready for play. And they stop the play. Is it a false start on the Rams? I believe. Let's see.
False start offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty.
We've been talking about the 49ers penalties throughout the game. That's the 12th penalty on the Rams in the game.
Yeah, and I think if we've seen any signs of a rookie quarterback in Sam Bradford, probably for the Rams it's been in the 2-minute drill. That's an area where they have not been great in the hurry up.
Time permitting, we're going to see some more football. We'll send you to the Meadowlands for the conclusion of the game between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants.
And that pushed him out of Josh Brown's career long range.
His 2nd and 15. Jumping across was Manny Lawson. Bradford rolls and throws for Steven Jackson. And the ruling is a catch.
How about Bradford?
What an effort by Steven Jackson at the 18-yard line.
How about Bradford knowing he's got a free play and an offsides by the defense? Steven Jackson's covered like a blanket by Takeo Spikes. He puts it up anyway.
Defense, number 99. That penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
What a play by Jackson.
It's the old back shoulder throw, perfect throw. Jackson goes up and gets it. Now he's got pins in one of those fingers that has not hampered him in catching the football today. But again, you can't say enough of the poise and the precociousness of Sam Bradford in a spot like this. Knowing there was an offsides, give your guy a chance on a free play. They're right in position to tie this thing up.
Definitely in field goal range. They're in position to win this game, Tim. At the 18-yard line. Bradford to Steven Jackson. Fights off one man. Knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line by Reggie Smith. 42 seconds remaining. Rams have 2 timeouts. A 2nd down play coming up.
Nothing risky. I mean, I'd love to see him take a shot into the end zone with Sam Bradford here at 2nd down, so you got a couple of opportunities to do it. But do not throw into coverage and throw into traffic and give the 49ers an opportunity to get themselves their first takeaway of the football game.
3 wide receivers. Jackson motions. Empty backfield. Bradford rolls. Looking. Throws, and it's dropped by Daniel Fells. He was covered by Takeo Spikes. That was a catchable pass, but Fells, the tight end, failed to hold on.
A little bit behind him. If that ball's a little out in front of him, he's got room to run and probably marches right into the end zone.
So here's 3rd and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Been impressed with Takeo Spikes in man coverage today. He's done a nice job. Year 13, he's still got a lot of juice in those legs.
3 receivers to the right. Swing it out to Steven Jackson. And Patrick Willis with the big tackle. Stops him before he ever got started at the 15. And now the Rams will bring on the field goal kicking unit. Well, he started out on the field.
Yeah, you're not gonna typically
send them out and look to tie it up.
Yep.
Timeout St. Louis, that's their second. It's a 30-second timeout.
Rams want to talk things over. Josh Brown came into the game at 14 for 18, 2 field goals blocked. He's had a couple of misses, one from 51 yards, one from 36.
The guy you got to get blocked up front is Ray McDonald for the 49ers. We've watched that guy for the last couple of years come up with some big blocks.
Yeah. They've got some big guys. Manny Lawson with the long arms. This attempt will be from 33. Donnie Jones will hold. Chris Massey is the long snapper. Josh Brown to try and tie this game for the Rams.
There's the guy right there, 91, Ray McDonald.
And the 49ers use their final timeout to freeze Josh Brown. Waiting, and Mike Singletary gets the official nearby and lets him know he wants the timeout. 3 seconds remaining in regulation time.
I kind of like the way Mike called the timeout early before Josh Brown actually had a shot to kick it. Seriously, because talking to most kickers around the league, they kind of appreciate the ice because now they get a second opportunity to kick the football.
But we've seen it work the other way.
It's
with Todd Haley in
for
Kansas City.
Absolutely.
Iced the Ryan Lindell of Buffalo.
I think kickers, though, would prefer to have 2 chances at it.
Here's Josh Brown from 33 yards to tie it and send it to overtime. And it's good. Rams and 49ers. This is old style NFC West. They will go to overtime.
What's the hold here? It's not a great snap. A little bit behind Donnie Jones. He's able to get it down.
Good job by Donnie Jones.
Yep.
Good job by Josh Brown.
Ray McDonald, excuse me, looked close to getting a finger on that one too.
So how about this one? They've taken turns going back and forth. Rams led early. 49ers took a 10-3 lead. Rams took a 17-10 lead. 49ers came back. They led 20-17. And now we go to overtime. Tied at 20. Chris Myers, are you having a good time down on the field?
I'm enjoying it. It's been dramatic, and what a drive by a rookie quarterback in only his 9th NFL start, as Sam Bradford was calm and in control. And you know, Sam and Tim, we started the broadcast talking about how Troy Smith and Sam Bradford, this was the 9th matchup of Heisman Trophy winners starting against each other in NFL history. And today, they played like Heisman winners, but at an NFL level.
Oh, you're right about that. And you know what? Let's go to the midfield for the coin toss.
An overtime period, maximum 15 minutes. The first team to score will win. Each team gets 2 timeouts. All replays will be handled from the booth. We will use 4th quarter timing. St. Louis, it's your choice. Who'll call the toss? What's the call? Heads. Heads. Heads is the call. It is heads. St. Louis has won the toss, wishes to receive. Which direction do you want to kick? Just the way they're set. St. Louis will receive.
All right.
Good luck, gentlemen.
So here we go to overtime. The Rams and the 49ers. The rookie quarterback Sam Bradford led his team down to a tying field goal. We'll be right back. Back at Candlestick Park in San Francisco for overtime. Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, Chris Myers, glad you're with us. This has been a back and forth game. An important game in the NFC West with the Rams at 4-4, San Francisco at 2-6, trying to stay alive in the division race. And the Rams will receive the coin toss winner this season has gone 5-6. The home team 7-4 in overtime games.
That last drive by Bradford was darn good. 41 attempts in this game. That's the average for him every game.
Joe Nedney with a line drive kick. Danny Amendola from the 5. There's a lane in the middle of the field. He's dragged down at the 30. And if you just joined us, the Rams with an 11-play, 70-yard drive to the tying field goal.
Incredible and very good throw and catch there to Daniel Fells. Here he scrambles, going to use his legs to pick up a big first down. Watch him hit Steven Jackson up the sideline on a free play. And that one ended up leading to the field goal. I'll tell you, if you would have told the 49ers defense that they got a chance in a 2-minute drill to stop a rookie quarterback for the win, they'd have loved their odds. Big drive by Sam Bradford.
Off the play fake, Bradford throws to Steven Jackson. Gets a couple of yards. He's dragged down by Patrick Willis. That's been a matchup throughout the game. Jackson has run for 79 yards. And that is his 8th catch of the game. We are in sudden death overtime.
Think of that. I mean, Bradford now 42 attempts in the game. How many times week in and week out do you ask a rookie quarterback to throw 40-plus times? They ask this guy to do it every week.
He's done a great job. Ron Robinson in motion. Jackson carrying. Nothing there. Just trying to push the pile. They give him forward progress just short of the 35.
I think if you are going to attempt to run on San Francisco, and Steven Jackson had the one big long run that went 20-plus, but you don't want to run right up the gut at Abrea Franklin and Patrick Willis and Takeo Spikes. The teams that have had the most success running the ball at San Francisco, Sam, have been out on the perimeter.
Neither team has run the ball very well in this game. They have to get to the 40 for a first down. Kenneth Darby is in the backfield with Sam Bradford.
Amendola.
3 wide receivers. Everybody out. Bradford in trouble. They sack him. Justin Smith sacks Sam Bradford. We welcome those of you who've been watching Seattle and Arizona. Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, Chris Myers. We are in overtime on the 3rd down play. Sam Bradford is sacked by Justin Smith.
Yeah, and that was a little teamwork. Travis LeBoy is able to turn the corner and force the quarterback, Sam Bradford, up into the pocket. Justin Smith beats Jacob Bell at the line of scrimmage and finishes him off with the sack, being Sam Bradford.
3rd sack of the game for the 49ers. Here's Donnie Jones to punt it away. Ted Ginn going over, watches it bounce, bounces in favor of the 49ers, touched by a Ram, and it comes out of bounds. They will spot it at the 34-yard line. So the 49ers get their first possession in overtime. Look at the numbers today in this game. For those of you just joining us, the rushing yard totals have not been very high. San Francisco, led by Troy Smith, in his 4th career start, his 2nd as a 49er, has passed for 323 yards. 49ers have been hurt by penalties and failures on 3rd down.
3 touchdowns called back.
Tony Raggi is in
penalties.
Left tackle. Joe Staley, who was injured earlier, is out. Toss to Frank Gore. Turns the corner. Good run by Gore. Up to the 47. It's a first down. Oshimago Tagwe with a tackle, but a good run by Frank Gore.
And just love the misdirection. And Mike Johnson has called a good game today, the offensive coordinator of the 49ers. And they just haven't looked like the same offense that they did for the first 8 games. Troy Smith has certainly brought an effectiveness to the outside the pocket plays, Sam, the edge plays. Frank Gore has, gotten the support that he needed today so far.
See his total yards from scrimmage, over 130 yards. Toss to Gore again. They like that play. They work it again. He uses a stiff arm on James Hall and gets into Rams territory down to the 48-yard line. Frank Gore has run for 72 yards, 19 carries, 72 yards. 1 touchdown run. His long run of the game, 23 yards.
Here's the beauty, though, of the support he's getting from Troy Smith. Right now is when you want your running back to be as fresh as he can be. Frank Gore's, I believe, fresh because of what Troy's able to do in the passing game. Frank's coming off a career high last game against Denver, 29 carries.
2 tight ends to the left side, Vernon Davis and Delaney Walker. Walker motions. Here's Gore behind Moran Norris, the fullback. Gets down inside the 45-yard line. James Hall made the tackle. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for the 49ers.
And I like the, excuse me, Sam, I like the perimeter play calling, and I'll tell you what it does in the run game is, number 1, you're getting the ball to Frank. Number 2, you're gassing those defensive ends.
Okay.
You're getting those guys breathing hard, which if you can get them breathing and suck and win, it's the ultimate equalizer to the pass rush.
Tony Raggi has done a good job at left tackle replacing the injured Joe Staley.
And that guy right there has been out of his head, Chris Long, in terms of rushing the passer today. He's been superb.
Here's something that has hurt the 49ers. They call a timeout. 3rd down conversions have really hurt them in this game. They are 0 for 11. Troy Smith, who was picked up on waivers after the final cut down after training camp from the Baltimore Ravens, is the man who's now at quarterback. We welcome those of you who watched the Dallas Cowboys defeat the New York Giants at the Meadowlands 33-20. Thanks for joining us. We're in overtime, tied at 20.
Yeah, and here's the first touchdown by Frank Gore. It was set up by a long pass to Josh Morgan. Frank punches that one in. Watch Danny Amendola just find the little soft spot in the zone for the Rams. Touchdown. St. Louis, terrific throw. Now Steven Jackson is going to break a tackle from Deshaun Goldson. He's going to punch that one in, and then Crabtree. And just a great play by Troy Smith. Buying time, delivers the ball. Crabtree comes down with it. Pretty big touchdown.
We've had a matchup of Heisman-winning quarterbacks, and both have played great. Sam Bradford and Troy Smith. Smith in trouble. As he was going down, he throws, and it's incomplete. And there's a flag on the play.
They're getting PI on O.J. Otagwe.
Oh, boy. That is going to put the 49ers in field goal range.
Pass interference against Delaney Walker. Now you see the back judge there talking number 21.
Pass interference, defense number 21. The ball is placed at the spot of a foul.
Oh, boy.
First down.
How about Troy Smith extending the play? And here it is right there. Ball's in the air. Delaney Walker stops, tries to get back to it. Otagwe runs right into him. And Don Carey, the back judge, saw it and threw the flag. But I'm telling you, Troy Smith extending that play, and it looked like they had him sacked. And his 225 pounds and his body strength came in handy right there as he able to stay up and deliver the football and pick up a big-time penalty.
They are well within the range of field goal kicker Joe Nedney at the 23. Gore and Norris in the backfield. Frank Gore slips through. Good run by Frank Gore down to the 17. Even better position now for the 49ers. So penalties, we talked about penalties hurting the 49ers, but 12 penalties on the Rams have taken their toll, and that pass interference penalty, a huge one. When would you try the field goal?
I would not put anything up in the air and get myself positioned for where Joe Nedney wants it in terms of the hash mark.
Walker motions.
Kick it on 3rd down.
Frank Gore cuts it back. And he's got enough for the first down to the 12-yard line.
Kick it. Just kick it.
And here comes Joe Nedney. He has had 19 game-winning field goals in his career. The nervous moments of a coach whose team has not been able to win on the road this season. For Mike Singletary, a nervous moment. His team needs a win to keep their hopes alive. This will be from 29 yards out. Andy Lee, the holder, and the kick is right through. The 49ers win. was an old-fashioned NFC West battle. The Rams and the 49ers. They went back and forth. And it ended with Joe Nedney's 29-yard field goal, and the 49ers win it 23-20. We'll be back in San Francisco. Okay, says Mike.